here coming in from AB Bren, they're gonna pick up the box here first, as well as the Matilda,
which I think is solid, right? It's a very solid upfront, honest draft so far. But the Claude would definitely be a very solid third pick, and they don't have to pick that up front because the Bruno's already been picked. On the side of Geek, though, do they want to lock in their jungler now before it gets too late?
Angela is open, so if Marky wants something tanky, perhaps like a Fredrin or a Martiz, he could get it.
Definitely very true.
I mean, it depends on his hero pool, because again, we don't see too much of Marky.
Like combo that up with the Angela, correct?
This is the Emperor's order.
Is that a
Akai? I think that's an Akai.
That was an Akai?
Yeah.
For a second, I thought I heard Barats.
Yeah, no, it's Akai.
Hello guys,
like
let's go!
And it's the Baksha already being shown from
Hello guys,
so
let's go.
Why not go?
Wait guys,
match
once
for
we
the
set up.
utility, go that way. You also lock in the Valentino, like we
Sabara,
mentioned
guys,
earlier.
yeah.
Here we're going back to the matchup between Bruno and Brody, which again, theoretically, the matchup there is a 50-50, but so far, like the actual matchup statistic is Bruno was at 80%. I don't think he is anymore. Probably closer to 70% against the Brody alone. So
yeah,
we'll see.
It's one of those things that
guys,
we're
wait, guys.
talking based on the numbers. Like, we understand different players will pilot it in different ways, but even though we talk about numbers as something imaginary, but it does give weight in this kind of matchup between Bruno as well as Brody.
So I really like the fact that
Let's
he
go.
picks up the Sakai.
Prediksi! Okay, kita prediksi ah. Minurut ko si Bren Manang si. Bren 3-1 si. 3-1. Tapi ako dokong Geekfam. Ako dokong Geekfam. Si Woga.
Yeah.
Si Woga Geekfam Manang guys. Amin.
They should be able to work around these neutral objectives.
Si Woga ya, Geekfam Manang ya.
Which this is Marky's take. It's really hard.
Si Woga Geekfam Manang guys.
Teammates are there to support me, and it's not just Kadera as well as
Tapi
even
minurut ko si Bren Manang 3-1.
content there where we see Niall giving tips and pointers to Marky about, okay, Marky, the next game, this is what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So I like that even though Niall is not playing, he's still giving the support to his teammates.
I think that's expected. You know, at this point, again, it is. Think about the situation, right? You're at this point of the tournament. The results showed for them previously. You know, Marky gets to this point where this is
Kapapadlar doong peha.
to prove
Eh mga ako orang peha, tapi ako dokong Onyx sama Geekfam guys.
He's also thankful that his team really supports him. I think
Karena ada mantan teammates ko kan. Soalnya ada mantan teammates ko. Jadi ako dokong Geekfam sama Onyx. Walaupun ako orang PH.
A lot of times it's the support of his team right now.
One more point I want to say before we...
Hello guys, magtagalog ka.
I appreciate it.
Ay, magtatagalog na ako guys, sorry guys. Ang dami kasi nanonood sa YouTube ko na ng mga taga-Indo guys, kaya nag-Indo ako.
And then Marky is like, yeah, I'll take your pointer. So I like that. There's
Ano to guys? Tingin ko Bren to eh.
So right now,
Bren 3-1 pero sinusuporta ako kasi Geekfam eh.
Now that we've seen it is possible, we saw it a little bit at some lower bracket matches. Is it something he wants to pick up when everything's... Edith is also still open. They go for the X-Board.
It's been a minute
since we've seen it.
Last time I see it.
Oh, X-Board!
Smooth use it. We lost.
Wow, Baloyski ma-integral ya. Joy Arlot,
Going up against the box, yeah, it's gonna be quite alright. Going up against the Dyrop, maybe not so much because the Dyrop can force you out of your Firaga armor. So in the early game, this export theoretically shouldn't be able to do much, and wrapping things up for AP Brand is gonna pick up the Novaria.
I like the Novaria, puts Few kind of, you know, sitting in the back in a safe
Pasaan hindi match eh. Pasaan lamang Bren. Pero tingnan mo na, panalo Bren. Pero ano ako eh. Mag-Geekfam ako eh. Mag-Geekfam ako guys.
Trying to get away after he loses the Fraga armor. So I think it's a solid pick. Novaria's done so great. Let's take a look at this team comparison.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Lineup rating 7 for Geek and then 4.9 for AP Brand. But again, we've seen how teams been able to play around with this kind of lineup rating here, but so far, face value, it does seem Geek favorite.
Definitely Geek favorite. AP Bren
also ka-drop Bren.
An early game advantage, which is something I definitely like to look at. And if they can push that, kind of lead into some of those scaling heroes they also have, like the Novara.
Going into the game, we have to see, can the solution Sauce.
Anjay, Marky Jungle, Chok!
This is gonna be a game.
Marky Jungler nila. Uy, go Pandora. Wala si Pandora. Di naglalaro. Inang, ulit mo.
Like it. Let's see how things go now. AP Bren.
Pause
Like
muna
I
tayo
said, they
in-game,
have a
guys.
nice, some early game
I think I need to speak English, yeah? I think I need to speak English right now. Because so many Filipino viewers, guys.
But once it's level 4, they have vision, and they
So
can
better
use
to
that
speak English.
To make sure Kyle TZ
Even I'm
can
not
rotate
good
around
in
and try to
speaking
make
English.
these plays happen.
I can do
Inside
this, guys.
Geekfam, they have the Valentina, they have Beloyski. If Beloyski can get some buff resets here, we've seen how destroying that can be to some teams.
Mati Baloyski.
Gonna take quite a few hits here. Gonna have to flicker out. Just trying to be a nuisance in this jungle. Oh boy, also gonna
No
flicker.
flicker, boy.
Flap TZ there to respond.
Aboy.
Couple hits. Few will line it up. It gets first blood for AP Bren.
Oh my god, Captain Fula
Like, we
again.
can know that in the M5 World Championship, all these roamers are pressing the jungle, but now...
Bren talaga mataas chance manalo. Naku po, disaster early ng Geekfam, guys.
They're gonna look for another one. It's Kyle TZ to grab the
Pag ganito, guys, wala.
Now for AP Bren.
Oh my
under
God.
the 2-minute mark.
That's gonna become
What
a problem.
an early
Puts a kill in his
game
pocket. Kyle
from
TZ
Bren
puts a kill in his
Esports,
pocket.
guys. Ay,
Now,
AP Bren.
being on the Snovari, it takes a little bit of time, but that just helps accelerate things. AP Bren already sitting at about 1,000k gold lead. Nothing too crazy in the items right now. Chidera does pick up the leg plates, able to maybe deal with any sort of immediate damage coming from the side.
Ang bilis Rumes
Yeah,
manimpla
but
pa.
Geekfam, they gotta be careful because they
Lamang
went
kasi
a
siya
little
dyan
bit too aggressive going up against
Lamang dirot
AP Bren.
dito
But
eh.
one thing that we have to note
Kaya
is
X-Borg.
that whole thing happened because
Kaya
Flat
play safe lang
chose
X-Borg.
to
Kailangan niya
rotate early.
armor
So
para
I
sa
would say
temple.
the
Kaso,
B's flight pattern here, especially coming in from Flap TZ, was
let's go, Maki! Kasi tao!
resulting in 2 kills.
Yeah, once again, that's the
Pakitaan mo, Ki!
AP Bren. Their synergy is off the walls, and a lot of this is
Naku,
why
naku.
they are where they are currently as champions. Now, the
Ano,
fight
reset.
for the turtle going to break out.
Kalaban.
It is going to go ahead and reset. Still, AP Bren wants to go ahead and fight this on as they whittle down the health bars of Geekfam.
Sakit.
Still slowly but surely.
Grabe
We'll
yung
see if
poke
they
na
still
ano.
commit to it. Ogwin also putting down the poke. Now few to follow. Beloyski going
Baloy!
with the implosion. Heavy spin to zone them out a little.
Oh my God!
Still fighting for the turtle. Marky.
Baloy and Marky connection, guys!
AP Bren looking for a kill.
Hindi pala connection yun, guys!
Now looking for another.
Disconnection pala, guys!
Keep them at bay, but they get the flicker out. for
Disconnection yun
I
ah.
saw one thing that was very concerning. That
Mark and Baloy disconnection, guys.
Talked about during the draft and the anti-synergy here between Akai as well as Tigro. Both heroes want to do kind of the same thing, but differently enough that they might clash against each other.
Definitely a possibility. They're going to definitely have to worry about how they use their ultimates.
Bawi na lang
There,
next
I
lap
felt
kapag
like it
ganyan.
worked in a good way. He was able to catch
Kaya
them
yan,
and then
guys,
Akai
kaso
could push them
grabe
away
yung Bren.
from the objective. So if they can do it like that every time, it can definitely be a plan. But one mess up in that could completely come back to bite you.
Just by that, it makes it so that the Geekfam lineup is more mechanically based. If they don't hit the chain CCs well, it might bite them.
Yeah, they have to play around that. That's kind of what we saw unfold. And really, anytime you have an Akai on your roster, right, that's kind of what you're expecting. How are you going to utilize that heavy spin? How are you going to either push people away, lock people down? Oh, Beloyski going to go in once again aggressively.
Flicker pa si
looking
Pew.
for the
Patay si Pew.
Already gonna be
Nice!
They find Few this time. Heavy spin also the answer.
Kaso,
Gone now.
God rig.
Beloyski going to take a couple
Dalawa
of
na
shots.
matay.
Super Marco gets the stun. It's a double already. Once again, AP Bren
Double
fighting
kill,
back.
Super
I don't
Mario,
know about you,
guys.
Trex, but that did not feel worth it.
No, it's like, and then he gets the implosion, and you could see members of Geekfam like trying to like walk to him very slowly because they were getting
Suspended.
slowed down and stoppable.
Hindi, tapos na yung suspended niya. Siguro marami lang practice si Marky kaysa sa kaya, no? Kinael. Kaya pinapasok nila si Marky. Pero tapos na ata, di ba? Tapos na ata yung suspended.
A little bit too much right now. Even in the very beginning, they tried to be extra aggressive in the very beginning. They messed up. I think after that, you kind of have to realize, okay, maybe we can't
Grabe
pull any
mong son
of these
talaga to si
crazy
Og-
plays
si
on AP
Master
Bren.
Ogwin.
Maybe it's time to slow things down a little bit.
Now Kyle TZ going up to level 7. Marky is level 7. Ogwen as well as Super Marco. They're the ones zoning Geekfam away. and
Kapain.
I can't help but agree. It feels like Geekfam, they're pressured to do something all around the map. But with that comes the question, what does Geekfam have to do, actually?
Honestly, they don't have to do that. They have a great late game composition. The export becomes a super
Next match pa ata siya makakalaro. Next match pa ba? Ang dami naman, 2 games lang, di ba? 2 games o 2 series? 2 series ata eh.
Wonderful mid game, was a wonderful late game.
Next series? Ayun ba ibig sabihin?
Hero counter though, theoretical win rate for
Na-Elma si suspended.
has the advantage 52%.
No, yeah.
And the M5 win rate is 90% against the Basha. I don't know how skewed that is due to a few teams, but still, just that.
Okay lang ba yung sound nung ano? Nung sa YouTube ko?
Why Geekfam doesn't have to rush this.
Melosia again, going to be the focus. Certainly, he already used. Takes a couple shots, but will be fine. But now the bottom
patay
side,
si Marky. Marky, mati guys. No flicker.
Ay,
no ulti. Pero pinili nila si ano. But they want to choose Chadera than Marky, guys.
Quick item check here with that lead of almost 3K.
I mean, we take a look at the Brody, and he's already got the blade of Hepates. It's almost a 1,000 gold lead already in the hands of Marco.
Oh my god.
Boy, taking a little bit of damage.
Doesn't use flicker, guys.
At this point, Geekfam does have to match the macro play coming in from AP Bren, because I kind of feel like whatever Geekfam wants to do, AP Bren will be there first, and then they will execute it well.
Well, they're going to try to go for Kyle Teasy, Few, and Ogwin here to help them out. Circling Eagle going to be used as well. But ultimately, still going to be fine. Ogwin taking a couple shots, going to slide on through, will be fine once again. A lot of pressure still on Geekfam here from AP Bren. And the thing about it is, if you're looking across the board here, they're hitting these power spikes very early on because the amount of gold they already have. Super Marco just picking up the Malefic Roar already. Third turtle, though, for the taking. That power spike is going to definitely show in this fight.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like Geekfam should really trade to find ways to get more farm. Going for this turtle might not be the best idea.
Yeah, what they want to find, a conceal going to be used as well. Heavy spin.
Nice.
Chadera able to get the turtle some way, somehow, but can they stay alive from the fight? Ogwin circling around. No
nice,
one so Geekfam able to at least get the objective.
Still can fight, guys.
It's not worth it, but if they get out scot-free, then that's great.
Yeah, definitely a nice small win for them. Something that can possibly pull them into a little bit of the later game. Luke going deathless right now is definitely a plus for them. I feel like once Geekfam is able to group up a little bit more, right now they're still spread a little bit too thin. Once they can kind of bring these
dami nga nanonood eh. Natagayin to guys sa YouTube ko.
I think we could see better things from Geekfam.
Fast rotation on the top side. Luke does have the immortality. Should be fine. Even taking a couple of shots here, but Lois
Mati Baloyski.
That Super Marco gets the kill.
Susubangat.
Still putting the pressure. This is exactly what we've been seeing. Geekfam backs against the wall this early on. Still trying to fight it out. How do they respond to this pressure?
I mean, like at that point, AP Bren, they even split the map. Flap Teasy was doing work in the bottom lane, so they won on all fronts. Like, I do agree with Trex. Geekfam has to find a way to turtle up, farm safely. I mean, sure, you can get some trades around the turtles and such, but I feel like they shouldn't take too much risk.
Hirap kasi mag-Xbox na ang hirap talaga niya.
And then maybe try to get some pickoffs.
Yeah, but the big wall in front of
Geekfam right now is an AP Bren.
Beautiful mid-game spike composition. Not only that, but early game composition. And all the heroes who want those kills have them. Super Marco, 3-0-1 on the Brody. Flap Teasy, 1-0-1 on the Dyrog. Definitely something that you want to see on those two heroes because they pack such a punch.
But di naglalaro si Inail nga.
Right now, the good thing is
di si Inail naglaro. Hindi ko alam eh kung suspended pa rin ba siya.
That's great. And again, I just want to see how they're going to protect Kadera. Because if Kadera has the Berserker Fury, theoretically,
Chadera and Luke, we trust.
Well against AP Bren. Even though, yes, AP Bren does have that goal lead, as long as they stay very disciplined, trade cleverly, trade in a manner that's not risky, then it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And Kadera just got the Berserker Fury.
It might almost be worth even like giving up another tower if they have to, just to stay grouped up. You know, maybe even if they lose something bot lane, if the split push gets to them, it's not the end of the world as long as they don't take too many deaths.
Well, Lord, for the taking here for AP Bren, 5,000 gold nearly ahead. We'll see if Luke can still keep him at bay. They're going to go ahead and try to whittle this down. Again, working through the armor, working through that immortality.
Reset.
Geekfam goes in, gets the position, and will reset the Lord here. So AP Bren still waiting for their own moment as Marky works on that purple. Win in the hands, though, of a boy here. So he's able to grab that from Marky. Once again, we go back to the Lord Dance.
Yeah, right now, AB Bren looks like they're really trying to bait Geekfam out. Luke now doesn't have the Viraga armor. Yeah, it's going to be trouble for him.
Flap, going to take the brunt of the damage. Will get out with the guiding wind, though. Kyle Teasy also keeping that front line covered. Still respecting the fact that Geekfam could possibly come out with a win in this skirmish, depending on Beloyski's positioning. Still, a boy also taking that guiding wind, will be able to use it. On top of it now, still wants the fight. Breaking out for the Lord. Beloyski quite low here. Goes in, flickers himself. But he gets stunned and taken down.
Nice! Marky dapat! Nice!
Marky, get Lord. Still the flickers come through. Oh boy, gonna be in trouble. Gets taken down under the turret. Kadera fighting back though. They have to respect the damage still. Luke gonna take a shot. AP Bren, are they looking for more? Luke will get taken down by Ogwin.
Still bad trade,
they make it work once again. AP Bren bites back, but they lose the Lord here.
I mean, I kind of feel like that's worth it, trading one Lord for the majority of the health of
They need to wait for Conceal, guys.
Again,
I think
put them in a deficit and let
they
them
need
stay
to
there.
wait for Conceal play.
It's a huge win for AP Bren because they're going to have
For
no problem
Beloyski,
shutting
guys.
down that Lord, especially with the Lord having nobody behind it. They lose one tower essentially, and they get tier 2 on top side, 4 heroes, plus another couple K gold lead. At this point, every
Sobrang taba na niya, no, bro. Di guys.
heavily outscaling Geekfam. Dyroth.
Lord doon siya pa. Ako doon Geekfam, guys. Wala po minurot ko si Bren man ang game 8. Bren man ang series A ni, guys. Tatap doon Geekfam, guys. Disaster, guys! It's a disaster.
Two more deaths. 2 more for Beloyski, and he should deactivate.
But I think they can dip this because they are using X-Borg.
So these plays have been all part of the plan.
All these macro plays are meant to be.
Alright.
Now looking at the mid lane, Marky taking quite a lot of damage.
Wow, Marky. I think he took more damage than expected. As he gets taken down. Super Marco having a massive game already. Eye set now on the tier 2 in the bottom side. Geekfam having a really tough time looking for any angle.
Few's been doing such a great job of Few almost always connects. And a lot of times, just like we saw in some of the previous games today, Geekfam is coming in with at least one of them always had half a bar health. Beloyski, last Lord fight, was so low when he had to use that implosion. I mean, it's just a problem and it's such an issue. I think at this point, Geekfam, they
Bren have a good momentum, guys.
They've been doing it the whole game and they still continue to do it.
I mean, here's the thing. You kind of feel like it's a good idea because Marky has been hitting those retributions, right? He's been getting the turtles. He's been getting the lords. So it looks like they're successful, though, because they go in and they get what they want. It's just that in terms of trading, it doesn't seem good because you get one lord, but you sacrifice 3 members. So I kind of feel like that's something that Geekfam has to consider. They've been doing quite well in securing, just after that hasn't been looking good.
67k damage for Few already.
Big damn.
Doubling everybody on the map. And this is literally, we're just...
Hindi yata natuloy yung pagpilay ni Marky kaya no.
Beloyski again, gonna go in with the flicker implosion, but taken out of the picture.
Marco.
Kadera has to flicker out. Kyle Teasy trying to chase
Marco
him
free
down.
hit, guys.
Gonna get cut off himself, the heavy spin, but will still survive. AP Bren, this is just proof. They're so far ahead.
Oh my god, Marky, no dash.
Luke trying to get away, but Marky's got flicker in. Super Marco goes in aggressively, cleans up the kill.
Super Marco, 7-0-5 right now. I mean, that's nothing crazy because everyone has 0 deaths on the side of AP Bren, but he is doing it right now.
Flaptee's gonna jump in as well. Super Marco on the front side goes in once again. Tournament memory not gonna connect. They get the mid turret. Kyle Teasy the whole time working on the board. This will further the lead, nearly 10,000 ahead.
At this point, even Few, his Astral Meteor, the first kill, already hurt so much that Geekfam can't handle it. I don't know, man. At this point, you really gotta hope that AP Bren makes a mistake because 11,000 gold lead. Here's
oh my
the thing.
god, 11,000 gold lead.
Even is gonna be difficult because AP Bren outrageous Geekfam.
It's very hard, guys.
The Novaria has a clear advantage. Bruno going up against the Brody, sure.
Bren win rate so big, guys.
When Super Marco is dealing
If
this
the
much
situation
damage
like this,
against
guys.
the front lines, it's not going to be looking pretty.
Again, Few waiting on that angle there. Bottom side, firing off shot after shot. They're going to have to make quick work of the Lord as they do. Super Marco working on the top side, mid, down, bottom, going down as well from Flap. Base is now going to be fully exposed for Geekfam. AP Bren knocking on the door. We'll wait for this next wave. Do they actually look to end it?
I mean, at this point, all that Few has to do is just drop them low enough to make it so that Ogo and Kyle Teasy, Flat Teasy, has the confidence to go in.
Yeah, I don't honestly. AP Bren, all they have to do is keep up this pace, and I don't think there's anything that Geekfam can do. Unless we're talking like super late game, like literally everyone's max items out, then Geekfam can do it. But the way the composition that AP Bren has, there's no reason for them to let it last that long. They don't have to let it last that long.
Macro, just Macro and AP Bren win. Macro
and
and team fight around third.
Even if they make a huge mistake right now, I think even if Beloyski got like a 4-man set right now, they would probably be okay.
As long as Few doesn't get caught, yeah, I don't know, man, because at this point, he legit, but before that, Ogo wants to go in.
Still going to be putting the pressure, as you were saying, LaFell.
What I'm saying is Few could legit.
Onyx and Bren are strong. Which team?
Just rank up
for me, I think Onyx.
Make sure he keeps hitting those Astro recalls to the
even
point that Geekfam can't even go out.
Are so strong.
It becomes a situation where
still Onyx.
Few just make sure that
Masih doong Onyx, guys.
At home. And then eventually, AP Bren could end the game.
Yeah, eventually, like, the Lord is going to be so strong. The
exactly.
Minions are going to be, you know, tough as well to deal with, and that's kind of the forced situation. So Geekfam, it's kind of like, what do we do from here when we're this far behind? Usually when we see games like this, you know, 12 to 4, what's the most we've seen? 14,000, I think, a lead. Previously. It is tough. So you have to look for an overzealous mistake. AP Brent going to be putting the pressure once again. Markey already used the heavy spin. Beloyski takes a couple shots. He's in trouble. Implosion goes in, slides on through. Still going to see surviving though. Few not going to be able to get the shot. Has to flicker over the wall.
Oh my God! What a beautiful team fight.
Markey hanging out in that bush right there, able to stop that attack, from locking on to the whole bot lane. Definitely the saving grace right there. Beloyski as well.
They can
beautiful mechanics, able to get out of that bad position. But now Lord is up, and AP Bren doesn't even mind that slight failed game.
I gotta say as well, their hope right now is Luke. Luke having that War Axe can
I think they cannot fight
damage. So Geekfam should play for a slow team fight. Try to burn them down a little bit, and then eventually executing them. So it's really about outlasting AP Bren at this point. So with that being said, they gotta find ways to avoid Fuse damage. If they can, and then Luke somehow is able to stack up that true damage, eventually something could happen.
Yeah. Not only that, but you know, you're falling back into what we were just talking about. Lord was secure. They had a little fight.
They're gonna find.
They
need to find ways to kill Marco, guys.
So far
I think.
Behind, right? They have to
but
continue to
it's
hope
really hard.
that things like that fall into place for them.
Marco already full item, guys.
At this point, you got to deal with the Lord being pushed in. Ogwin has to get out of there.
See, Chadera no damage.
Low themselves. Lord now making it its way. Flap TZ jumping to the backside. Luke has to use the last insanity. Still down now. Flap
Marco, nice!
Super Marco taking it out of the picture. The lockdown comes through as well. Lord's going to be dealt with. A boy goes in. Flap though, they want to respond. They want to take him out, and they do. But it's a chain across the board. Geekfam holds on a little longer.
Listen, I know a boy got that kill, but Chadera was just unloading. I think he's finally reached a point, and that's one of the good things about Bruno, is even if the rest of your team is doing bad, even if you're 10K behind, once you get that third item in or so, once you start really getting those items in, you hurt no matter who you're hitting. Those crits count.
Yeah, and our boy, after getting that Holy Crystal, holy bananas does he hurt.
Yeah.
So I feel like with that exchange, Geekfam has room to breathe. Now they're like, okay, in terms of damage, we're keeping up. It gets to a point, right now it's like 51,000 gold for Geekfam, so soon the goal deficit doesn't mean much. The goal advantage is just going to be about swapping items. So Geekfam is at a point, when it comes to the damage, they're competitive. So all they have to do is, again, make it a little bit
Pinanood pa rin kayo, madam.
the front line.
Nanood pa rin kayo, bestie.
Making a mistake.
Yeah, they need about 6K more gold, right? And then it just doesn't matter anymore. Geekfam, and I love what you said about them just dragging out these fights, and that's the great thing about the export, right? And now he's getting to a point as well. Look at his frog armor right now. He can take some shots, even from few right now. He could take a few of those and be okay. He's gonna be able to just soak
even
those
little bit
things up.
Geekfam than AP Bren.
And as long as they
I think AP Bren win this series,
that
but
is definitely gonna be their win condition.
I support Geekfam, guys.
Trying to find a way out on the backside. Gonna get spotted out though. Gonna take a shot, circling Eagle on top of it. Kyle TZ gonna crash into him. Front part memory gonna be used, but Beloyski is still gonna be up. They have to retreat from here. AP Bren knows he's low. Not gonna land the shot. Last insanity out on the defensive. So still, AP Bren showing that they're willing to fight, but Geekfam as well. They want to still look for these angles despite that deficit.
I like that AP Bren, they don't mind who they find. If they find Beloyski, if they find Luke, they're gonna dump all the damage onto them because they understand Kadera doesn't move in front if its frontliners aren't there. So, and to be fair, if he does do that, then yeah, AP Bren is gonna capitalize on that mistake.
It's gonna definitely be tough here, especially because they have to
Beloyski
send
no
Luke over.
flicker.
Oh, wow, Flap taking quite a bit of damage himself. So half health here for this Lord. Marky also rocking the immortality. Should be able to get a position for it. That's what he wants to do. Wants to get there, but few laying down the Astral Echo. Gonna spot them out. Still keeping him at bay. Ogwin also forcing Beloyski once again. Quite gets taken out before he can get the setup. And now they're just gonna go full force, clashing down on Geekfam.
Marco,
They're gonna
what are you
battle
doing,
out
Marco?
last insanity, find a lockdown.
Nice.
Kadera's out though. And now Ogwin focusing down. A boy cut off from the team.
GG, still GG, guys.
Luke,
Nice try.
he'll make
Nice
it,
try,
but it's
guys.
Luke and Marky
Ooh.
against four
No
members
Marco,
of
yeah.
AP Bren. The work down Flap, he's taken out.
No Marco.
Ogwin and Kyle TZ and few whittling down
the
Marky.
minions.
No Lord was taken, so they
They
still
can
have
steal
the
them.
minions. And Geekfam might have bought themselves some
I
more
think
time in the
Geekfam
game.
still,
I thought that was
they can
over.
steal the
I legit
this game,
thought it was
guys.
over, but now Luke and Marky are defending their base very, very well. And again, Luke has the damage, he has the War Axe.
And he should be able to clear these waves just fine.
Waves still have to be worked
3
on.
seconds.
Trying to
Baloy,
get them at
baloy.
bay, but it's going to be willed down by the Crystal. Not sure if they have enough here as AP Bren
Nice
takes
try.
down the base and takes game 1.
Nice try, guys.
AP Bren has been relentless
guys.
in the first game, winning out against Geekfam, where we saw they were not able to catch up
Ang daming nanonood sa Benya.
of the bees.
A very well played game. AP Bren never giving Geekfam a chance to breathe in a game that they wanted to try to prolong things. In a game
Maano
that
ba,
they
mic ko? Maano ba?
needed to try to make those team
Masyado
fights
ata malakas yung
last.
mic ko.
AP Bren
Yan,
made them
sakto
quit
lang.
every time.
Again, despite that deficit that Geekfam was working against, they showed fight, right? But until the very end,
Okay,
I'm not
guys.
sure if Beloyski got to that
Prediction
point.
pa, Grand Final.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I
It might
think
have been just the six,
Onyx
but
versus
still, what they were
AP
trying
Bren
to do
or
is force
Onyx
these fights, force these
versus
situations,
Blacklist
even at a deficit,
International.
and then try to turn it around. But unfortunately, AP Bren knew how to punish them, and like you guys mentioned earlier, it didn't matter if it was Beloyski. If they spotted him out, they were going to try to go for that kill and just keep putting the pressure. That's something that AP Bren loves to do. That's what they did here for game 1.
I would say most of the analysis portion is going to be about the early game, coming in from Geekfam, where they're taking trades that is not favorable to them.
Not only did they, I mean, they weren't even taking trades.
Sorry
they
na,
were just
Ina.
Yeah, they were
losing
losing,
things.
yeah.
That
Sira,
was
bakit
terrible.
sumisigaw
And I
lang
get
ako?
it. They sent in, they tried to get that early game purple
Baka,
buff
no, sa mic dito.
reset. Once that failed, they should have stopped.
Yeah, and now we're going to look at the MVP of the game. It's not us.
Ogwin,
it is
Master
He's going to
Ogwin.
make sure that no one from Geekfam steps forward. If he finds someone, he's chasing after them.
Di, kaya sinusuporta ko yung Onyx tsaka Geekfam. Siyempre, nandun yung mga dati kong katin.
But Ogwin definitely, towards the end of there was a couple more kills happening. Ogwin, though, definitely playing very well, consistently keeping everyone at bay, 100% kill participation, literally involved. In
Pero
every
tingin ko
fight.
dito sa series na to, Bren talaga.
Has been banned so
Mas
many
mataas
times
chance sila mas
throughout
mataas
the
yung
tournament,
chance
and then,
nila.
you know, when you see it kind of unfold here, you really see how strong of a pick this hero
Masibisa
is.
ba sa
The
Indaga?
mobility, the
Masibisa.
utility, even the healing capability, right? Even with the Flask of the Oasis.
Nanti ako live lagi, guys. Live lagi Lita. Ako live Lita.
Because again, it looks like Geekfam
sama yung orang
maupesan,
guys.
It started with that invade that really didn't go well.
Yeah, I mean, Geek is able to secure this first turtle, but every time they get something like this, AP Bren punishes. They spend so much just trying to get one objective when maybe, like I think you said it early on, they could have maybe tried to farm elsewhere on the map. Maybe try to get some gold around the lanes and just let AP Bren have some of those turtles in the start of the game.
I feel like they should have a good understanding if if you want to let go of the turtle, if you want to let go of the Lord, meaning you don't want to secure it, how many kills?
I think if they want to win against Bren, they need to
would it be worth for you
win
to
the early game, guys?
That? Because so far, AP Bren, it does look like
they need to punish Bren in early game.
Objective, allowing Geekfam to use all their skills, all of their abilities to really secure the objective, but not
ilan na score? 1-0 pa lang?
Anything whenever AP Bren goes in for the fight. So I kind of feel like that is a big difference where AP Bren allows Geekfam
pag nanalo Bren game 2, ano na to?
Spins,
Bren na to, 3-0.
that they have in their arsenal to secure an objective, but not enough to save themselves from a fight.
Yeah, now, and they were always so good during these fights, AP Bren. We expected for Luke to be the one to kind of chip down AP Bren, but few chipped down Geekfam so well that once everyone was down to about half health, that's when they would make the strike. That's when they would fly everybody in.
They need to show Marquis Harris, guys.
Something also a story that we see unfold time and time again. And
they need to pick Marquis Harris, guys.
Alone, the vision it provides for this, the way you're able to maneuver around that, and I think that's why the interaction between Novan and having a
AP Bren
so
win
well, right?
in game 2, I think AP Bren 3-0, guys.
A little more defensive and just profit from there. Once again, even Super Marco able to just pump out the damage here, paired up with the Dyroth. There's a lot of these interactions that work great. And even if you look on the flip side, Geekfam had the same idea with some of the hero combinations here, right? But again, Boloyski, he was so low health by the time he tried to go in with a play that it just didn't work out. He was taken out before the implosion even finished sometimes.
He got to 7 kills a little too late.
Yeah,
way too late. 7 deaths. 7 deaths, way too late.
I feel like Geekfam also have to have a more simpler draft, because I feel like they have a lot to micromanage, having the Tigreal as well as the Akai in the very same team.
Yeah.
Not saying that it couldn't work, you know, like if you're good enough, anything can work, right? But
Jam berapa live lagi? Jam 9 in the time.
First, and then I go in, or I go in first, and then you follow up. A lot of conversation like that is going on. So unless they specifically practice this lineup for a very long time,
just
it's gonna be
play
very difficult. I mean, like theoretically, that
Mobile Legends. I want to play Mobile Legends, guys.
After the CC ends, then Marquis goes in and then lock them in place. And during that time period, Luke can basically kill everyone.
Ini masih lama.
So
matagal pa to, guys.
There is a merit to this draft, but again, I kind of feel like
matagal pa to, guys. Ewan muna ako, guys. Let's go. Let's play Mobile Legends, guys. Let's play Mobile Legends, guys. Later, guys. Bawal pa ba ipasok si Nile? Di ko alam eh. Hindi ko bawal eh. Later, guys, mabar. Kalau pesan dilita, guys, di nanti abis Geekfam lawan Bren. Pwede na kaya ipasok si Nile next game? Saan naman ipasok na nila si Nile kung pwede. Para makapag-gold din si Mark, kinahirapan siya yung overall eh. Saan tayo? Tara, lapo-lapo tayo, guys. Ganda. Iba naman harap-harapan eh. Hindi, chinecting niya lang. Chinecting niya lang kung mape-penalty siya. Yeah, ako udah di PH, guys. Sali ka ba na? Next year na. 1 minute to, just 1 minute and already drafting phase, guys. See, 1 minute.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
I try to build.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All systems deployed.
Hey. Putik! Hindi ako nakapag-second skill.
Ally has been slain.
Ah.
Slain.
Tin, 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 tin.
Enemy has been slain.
Ano yung pre? Nag-flicker si Upra doon. Tada! Already drafting? Belum, guys. I need barrel. Already drop. Already drop, guys. Udah drop. Nice one. Let's end this game. Nice one. Item. Wait guys, already drop.
An enemy has been slain.
Tapusin ko lang to. Mabilis lang to eh. Tapusin ko na to. May item na ako eh. Unkillable na to guys.
Launch attack. Slain an enemy.
Whee!
Slain.
Unkillable kali. Already drop guys. Masih lama. Wait guys. Let's go. Blarbers everybody guys. Whoa. Nice one. Oh ya, drop na guys, drop. Nah.
A very good play, but it's not like one size fits all.
Joy
There are
Arlot.
certain ways where
Joy, Nolan, Arlot pa rin guys.
risky, I would say.
They don't want to give
Yeah, definitely
Club TC Arlot
maybe
guys.
S minus. A plus, S minus.
I mean, we're on the same
What is it?
ballpark.
It's just a mental state. You
He's
know, like
pretty
whatever you want
strong.
to put it.
I was gonna
it's just
say
a mental state.
S minus is basically an A plus,
Yes.
percentage wise.
A B plus is basically an A minus.
Is that what we're saying now?
Listen,
That's
man.
what I told my parents.
Potato,
That's what
tomato, tomato, potato. It's
C's
whatever.
get degrees, man.
I told my parents C plus is basically a B.
Pretty much.
Giniber
We're
parang.
gonna pick up the Claude now, so more switch-ups
my
coming
God.
from the side of AP Bren here. They're not gonna keep things the same. We essentially have a big change of draft from both teams. Now into the second phase of bannings, the Paquito from the side of Geekfam. Do they go into the roam position here? Maybe ban out the Tig, ban out the, or no, they already have the Matilda. So maybe go into the jungler here?
Novaria, ban out Novaria.
Novaria's a solid.
Yeah.
I think you need to. Actually, for
Maybe
defense.
Novaria, Valentina?
Yeah,
Wait, guys.
I feel like that's
I'll
solid.
be
The
seeing.
other worry is the jungler. What is gonna be a... Nah, I think...
To be fair,
I
the
feel like
fact-
you have to respect Feet.
What's your command?
you-
Your team
Oh,
is
but they
dead.
banned a Fanny?
No, I mean like, even if you wanted to against a boxer, you could literally go Martise if you want to. You could go the Fredrin if you wanted to. You could
Yeah,
still go
there's too many
utility.
answers.
Uda, Selasay.
Yeah,
Well, Minotaur banned, so...
Shoutout sa'yo, Rage
That's
Fernando.
doesn't matter.
Shoutout sa'yo, idol.
Kids at home, you can negotiate your scores with your parents.
Yep.
It's like, well, you didn't get an A. B plus is basically an A.
I heard
minus.
it on the M5 broadcast.
Trek said
From
it.
LaFell.
Trek said it.
Trek said it.
I did not. I said Minotaur's S minus.
I said Minotaur's A plus, and then
Naisu
Naisu was the
it
one
was
that's like, yeah,
Naisu.
Naisu. All right, Naisu's the one.
Well, I was a teacher in the past, so you can use that.
Naisu was the
Red
one that
Green.
taught me a lot. So it looks like for Geekfam,
Okay.
they are thinking
Look,
about
I
the
think
junglers.
Kyle
So
can
they're
play
not
Red Green,
all
yeah?
that worried about the Novaria, and if you're not worried about the Novaria, I'm hoping they have a way to dive in the backline. But the problem right now is the Claude. It's like, how do you stop this Claude? Because when it comes to the late game, and AB Bren is pretty strong in the late game,
This,
what is the answer? Do
Play
they
a
become
board.
something like a Kaja?
Shoutout
And
sa'yo,
the Minotaur's
Ina.
been banned now,
Shoutout
so
sa'yo,
Minotaur
Mike
can't stop the basic
Baod. Shoutout Rian, Kyle Ramos. Shoutout sa inyong lahat.
So,
Mabuhay yung
Claude
gusto
won't be
nyo.
out of this world. I mean, a lot of people have been respecting it. It has been used here and there. I think it also kind of pairs well with the Lilia and the Basha, with that kind of like group up,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of run down on you. But it also
there's the Martise.
could be a... Martis is nice. AP Bren now bringing in some early game security. So they have the Claude, they have the early game. Their draft is rounding out very well.
Oh, wait, Ruby.
We need that same round out from the side of Geekfam. The Ruby would work well against the Martis.
I mean, it's the Beloyski
I was
special.
gonna say the old special.
right? I mean, if you're gonna bring it out on any game, this is kind of a good game to do it, especially when you have a Ruby, Boxia, as well as Lilia. You can kind of force fights.
The only thing that bothers me
Hindi ko rin
is
alam eh.
working against a quad, you add in the Matilda there. Like, there's so much.
Masyado kasing mabait si Nael kaya hindi nakapaglaro. Bawal mabait sa tournament.
Kind of juke out some of these abilities from Geekfam so far. I mean, with BMI alone, we see that a lot of times. And why a lot of teams decide to draft the quad, right? But the answer, that's the Khalid. Yeah, that's the Khalid. And there's the Ruby.
Ruby, Baloyski.
I like this because of the fact that I was just saying, right? You can juke out a lot of these things against Geekfam, but because now they have.
I think game 2, Geekfam can
usually
win.
let's say the second one to enter, right, for the most part. So if for some reason Baloyski can't land the I'm offended, can't land the CC, you still have this extra option, right? It's like option B. You can go in, try to find a follow-up yourself, but still, I feel like the lineup so far for AP Bren.
Ako live-stream solo guys, jangan maksa, sorry guys. Mafia guys.
Very solid here. Novaria, it's just that you're kind of not going to get caught.
Yeah, so more.
Yeah. It's going to definitely, I mean, if they pick up the Novaria here, it's all on Luke to catch the Novaria. They go for the Valentina instead, so they get a little more utility, a couple more answers. I mean, at this point, AP
Sabihin ko sana lipat niya ulit video niya sa upper lip eh. Oo nga pala, nakalimutan ko na naman. Sorry guys. Lagi ko kasi nakakalimutan.
And also a nice, I think Novara really kind of thrives in mid-game, honestly. So we have the Martis for early, we have the Valentina, we have Claude for late. Just very well-rounded overall.
Valentina as well can grab the black shoe, so can be overly aggressive and still be careful. Can still be safe.
Or the I'm offended, if you want to try to have something to engage, the Sandstorm, plenty of options, honestly, plenty of variety for few here. Now, Geekfam is kind of winning out in the lineup rating, but we saw the same thing last time, so I can't give that too much credit.
AP Bren starting this best of 5 with the first victory.
Let's go, Geekfam.
Baloyski with the Baloyski
Wala pa rin tatalo sa joke voice mo. Hindi, mabait pa ako yung time na yun eh. Mabait pa ako dun.
Conquer against Geekfam.
Muntik na nga rin ako maban. Muntik na ako ma-penalty. Masyado kasing mabait eh.
All right, so something important here, I think, for the side of Geekfam is going to be Luke on this Khalid. You have nice rotation.
Ayun nga maganda dito kasi sa Pinas, mga trash 2-1 guys,
you can
sa
help
tournament.
out in the mid lane. You can kind of rotate around and give your team some support if they end up needing it. You can even possibly get some nice, like you could punish Ogwyn for doing something like this. Or if they want to go for an invade as well, you have those possibilities.
Right now, it looks like Ogwyn is just trying to waste the time of a boy as well as Baloyski. It's like Baloyski didn't use the second skill, so far, Ogwyn should be able to survive this and phew, dishing out the damage.
He's going to take quite a bit of damage himself. Baloyski holding on though. Going to go ahead and heal up just a little bit. Didn't have to use the flicker either, so he still has that. But once again, this is what you expect from the roamers, right? Put the pressure on early on into the jungle, try to get a little bit of an advantage that you can. And once again, big thing for Geekfam is
Aman, ada Retri, Marky. Nice
one. Hands right away, right? This is the scary thing about a Martis pick. That early burst potential even from a Decimate alone, and then the snowball potential from that, if it happens to be a double kill, is, you know, quite scary. We've seen that in previous games throughout M5 so far and how out of hand that can get.
The thing about the Martis is kind of
go.
So Geekfam, I feel like if they're able to level up fine, fight around the turtle, try to punish the Martis, and then try to get for that turtle.
Nice.
With action up top. Might
nice
try to go for play here.
Nice pull.
Trying to get Flap TZ here.
Nice.
Flicker will do just fine.
But
Kyle TZ with the response to back him up, but ultimately nothing happening. Turtle now going to spawn though for both teams as they get in position. Still trying to get that level 4 as well. So they'll go ahead and just get ready for that.
Yeah, a lot of players still waiting on the level 4 spike. This first turtle could actually be a huge one. We have a lot of players from both teams here. Baloyski, though, still on the mid side, and without him, it could be hard to get some of these sets. It's going to kind of be more up to Luke to maybe dive into this back line.
Looks like he's trying to get that angle. Penalty zone going to be used by Flap. Still whacking Marky here. Won't be able to get the turtle. First blood going to the hands of Kyle TZ, but the response from Luke comes through. Now he's dealing with it. Has to flicker out. Baloyski and a boy here to help him out. So the 1-for-1 trade But it was Kyle TZ that went down. Beloy, now the focus. Both teams still working for it. Beloyski a couple hits away. Gets taken down. Marky made his way back to get this turret. Marky secures the objective.
It's the plus of being able to get there a little bit faster, right? Because they both died right about the same time. He gets there a little bit quicker. At least they secure the turtle there. AP Bren still holding the goal lead, but it is a small win after the 2 deaths that they just took.
Right now, I'm reminded of the quote coming in from Few, understanding how Beloyski plays, where he will make the play even if it's very risky. So this might be the plan of AP Bren, is that they're willing to sacrifice the neutral objective, because that happened in game number 1. Game number 2, it looked like they were, like, if they got the turtle, that was just a bonus. Their main goal, shut down the players, making it so that they could not play, making sure that they spent most of the time basically just doing in the fountain, not doing anything.
No, just kind of choking them out where they can, right, for the most part. And again, it's still pretty even with how all that kind of went down. Few, though, taking the black shoes himself, will be waiting patiently. A boy, though, going to be in trouble. Flap TZ jumping in. Penalty zone once again. Luke
can kill Flap TZ, nice.
Finding Flap TZ. Flap falls. Now Luke gets out with a ranging sandstorm. Geekfam, though, still evening things out. Will find one for themselves.
Yeah, they find another
Galing
kill
pa rin
there,
pala
which
mag-con ni
is
Marky.
very big for them.
Dating Korean si
Now
Marky.
it's 2-2. They got a kill on a Kyle TZ. They got a kill on the Flap TZ.
Medyo-jungler rin talaga,
Luke
pero
not doing too bad with the kill in his
siyempre, gold
pocket
lane pa
as
rin
well.
talaga.
Exactly what you want to have with a Khalid. And if we take a look at the gold lane, both of them at a stalemate. And right now, Chidera honestly kind of winning out in his lane a little bit, keeping Super Marco under the tower, keeping pressure up. And as long as he can keep that up, yes, Super Marco still has some late game advantage. Oh,
nice one, burst.
Few,
Nice.
too late, though, to get the black shoes, so he's going to fall there. Again, a great decision coming out from Geekfam. Now working on this lead they're building. Turtle's going to be up once again. Both junglers getting in position.
All right, Geekfam playing into their power spike very nicely, though.
Yeah, Beloyski goes in, finds Kyle as well. Looks like this turtle is going to be going over to Geekfam.
Kyle TZ can't even get close. Marky able to secure the turtle. Now Flap waiting for the rest of the team to get here. Circling Eagle going to be used. Finds it, gets the flicker out. Now Kyle TZ punishing. Gets the double. Looking for another. Marky, though, luckily going to be tanking quite a bit, but won't be enough.
It's a disaster.
This is just trading. Sure, you can get the turtles. We're going to get the kills. And at this point, Geekfam with the lineup they should be winning a lot of the fights, but they're just taking way too much damage before the fight even begins.
Si Cadera, nice one.
I mean, at least Chidera gets that tower. They're going to move this mid side. Oh, nice Raging Sandstorm.
Luke jumping in on Ogwin. Going to be just fine, though. Few also working with his own I'm Offended. Going to pull them through. They disengage. And as you were saying, at least they get that turret down in the bottom lane for Geekfam.
Bren can still fight, they still have
spells, guys. Geekfam a little bit of an edge here. They have been kind of winning out in some of the fights. The last time, Luke was so close to getting the kill, and Few comes in and gets a Terrify before he can get his third spin on his first skill. And he would have got the kill, but then that Terrify just stops him in his tracks. And that was like the big turnaround in that last turtle fight right here. Geek, though,
Beloy gonna find Few. Few gonna be in trouble once again.
Nice!
Tries to get out with the guiding wind, but the damage is too much as he falls. Ogwin trying to keep the map bay from getting the tier 1 in mid lane. Kyle TZ gonna go for it, gets the death on top of Chidera, just like that in the mid lane. And they work for Beloyski as well on the bottom side. But doing work, Luke on top gets the turret.
Kyle TZ getting that kill onto Cadera is actually huge.
It is.
Because the moment he got the Berserker Fury and he was able to take down the turret, that was the moment that, all right, guys, now we can move as 4. Move as a unit, because if you have the Ruby, the Lilia, the Bruno, and the Baxia moving together, they're basically going to win majority of fights. But getting the kill onto Cadera, that's going to stop them for quite a bit.
Well, once again, fighting for the objective here. 2 for 2 so far for Geekfam. Marky trying to get in position, rolling around. Ogwin takes quite a bit of damage himself, has to flicker out. Marky will get the next turtle.
Nice
3 for 3. Few taking the brunt of the damage. Black shoes, but Chidera wants the kill. Won't be able to get it though. Now Geekfam making their way towards the mid lane.
Nice.
Looked like Kyle Teasy was still hungry for more, but they have to back off even out of their jungle.
Right now, honestly, if Geekfam plays it well, they
Wala nga si
can
Kyle
get
eh.
a lot of objectives on the map without actually going for
Kasi yaman
kills.
din ni Marco.
They just gotta zone people away. Luke zone everyone away. A boy just dealing damage, same as Kadera, and then don't risk things out. Just poke them, make them go outside of their turret, you know, just to go back to base, and then grab those turrets for free.
Man, Luke and Chidera are gonna start hurting more and more and more. As you mentioned, the Berserker's Fury's in. He's got the Haas Claws. And then we take a look at Luke. He's got the Blade of Hebrides, and now he's got some penetration in as well with the Malefic Roar. And that's gonna have to be something that AP Bren watches out for. Luckily, Super Marco hasn't taken a death yet. So he's a little bit behind Chidera, but there is a possible late game saving grace with Super Marco on this Claude.
Focusing once again, Beloyski trying to keep the map bay. Worldy gonna be used.
They can fight. Go,
now
go, go,
Geekfam
go.
looking for the collapse.
Yo, no
Jump
flicker,
on
nice.
through. He's taken out. Luke goes
Look.
in with the Raging
Oh,
Sandstorm.
yeah,
Not gonna find the connection he's looking for.
Nice
The
one!
heal is there for the Sandguard as he gets punished. It's a double for Chidera, and they punish AP Bren.
What a deny. That heal, that was just literally slivers of health right there. A beautiful play from, who is this team right now?
Dude,
where was this that last game?
Like I said, warm up, right? They just needed to warm up, and I would say AP Bren, they wouldn't want to make the mistake of going in when they don't have to, because if they want to go onto Kadera, try to kill him off as quickly as possible, even though, yes, they went for Beloyski, but Beloyski was able to survive, and then, oh wait, did you use all your skills? Kadera's just going to jump back in, so it's something that they have to be careful of. The burst coming in from Geekfam is quite strong, so if they can get a kill very, very quickly, and then maybe get out.
I definitely like it. Now this is going to be first Lord of the game. Geekfam definitely holding an advantage, but I like that they're pacing this out. They have the long lane down bot. They have an advantage down there as well. So as long as they can, you know, they can take this. They don't have to take this too fast. When it comes to the game in total, though, there are some things they have to worry about if they want to go into the long haul.
Well, then I'm offended. Not going to land from Beloyski. Trying to keep Super Marco at bay. Lord's still going to be worked on. Half health now for both teams. Conceal play going to be committed. Ogwin forced out of here. Half health himself. Luke getting
Grabe man po si Aboy guys. So. Lihat Aboy guys.
Taking it slow here against Geekfam now with the lead. 3.5 ahead.
At this point, AP Bren, they gotta pick a target, man. Ogwen finds Luke. Aboy's not gonna be that easy to get, so I don't know. AP Bren is gonna be difficult for them to go in.
Yep. Again, there's the I'm offended.
Nice one.
Flap Teasy taken out really quickly. Oh, still no angle able to find just yet. AP Bren might have to just back off here. Kyle Teasy having trouble getting through the front line of Geekfam as they secure the Lord.
Well played from Geekfam, very meticulous overall. Able to take that, not only that, but they're winning out in the lanes too. The macro, the micro, everything in these fights, I mean, they definitely warmed up.
I think they just need to punish Flaptisi.
Now they are a well-oiled machine, and AP Bren is having trouble with them.
I would say the biggest
Aboy so good yun using Lilia guys.
Game 2 is definitely Kadera. Not only did he win his lane, but so far, he's been positioning so well.
Yep.
And not just defensively, but offensively as well, going back in, being able to dish out the damage, making it so that AP Bren, none of their front liners are really safe. He really stepped up from game 1 to game 2.
Also Beloyski. Beloyski's actually been making these I'm offended count. He's been making these skills lock on, and he's not just going down immediately.
Flaptisi gonna jump in on Kadera with the penalty zone, gonna force him out. The best
Patay
they
si
can,
Flap.
he's gonna be trapped now. Over committing will get taken down to the bottom side. The Lord finally taken down for AP Bren. Still trying to hold on to as much health on these turrets as they can. Half health for this bottom one in the base. The wave's now pushing in. Kadera gonna do the work. They get the turret, forcing AP Bren back further into the base. They don't want to overcommit. Beloyski gonna jump in.
Nice, banget Kadera.
Gonna fall to Kadera. Beloyski, the answer, falls as well. Super Marco still keeping it together here. Geekfam, though, now garnering themselves nearly a 7K lead.
Beloyski the answer, and Marky the solution.
Oh my god, lag!
AB Bren can ask questions, and the question is now,
What the
what
fuck?
is going on? And what's going on right now? It's flapped. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so,
All lag.
question mark. First game, warm up. The second game, they look hot.
And I feel like everybody on the team, like you mentioned that Jadera stepped up, but even
Yeah, bug.
Luke,
Yeah,
Beloyski, it feels good having Luke on this more aggressive hero where he can actually make plays happen. He's not just, got his little fire hose out.
Is Neil's job in jeopardy here?
Niall, Niall's job is in jeopardy.
Because Marky has been securing all these objectives, and he's going up against Kyle Deasy. Let it be Turtle, let it be Lord. He's been securing all of them.
Let's not talk about that. We'll figure it out next series.
I'll say this though.
Okay.
What do we say?
I'll reference what has already been said, and that's the quote from Marky himself. That he is really counting on his team.
Ini orang
And
Indo,
I feel
guys.
like that's exactly what's happening here. But also Marky is performing probably the best he can, and he is doing it against one of the best junglers out there, Kyle Deasy right now.
He deserves the moniker Dissolution.
Yeah.
It's because he always, no matter what he comes in.
Yeah.
Did he earn that just this last time when he subbed in the
MPL
playoffs?
ID.
MPL
Did
ID.
he? And it happened in the playoffs. I
Yeah.
thought maybe he had that previously when he was in PH. No, huh?
Yeah, no.
So
Came in as the gold leader, became Dissolution.
Yeah. And game, what was
Di
game
ko alam
one?
sino mag-champion. Lahat sila malakas.
Match point he came in, right?
Yeah.
It's 2-0.
imagine that. That was gold lane. Now he's come in for jungle.
After
And
this,
he's winning games.
I
at M5.
he's gonna have a conversation with a boys like, yo, boy, you ever feel like you want to take a break?
I got you.
You want me to play mid?
I got you.
What's next?
Ako kung Geekfam. Tapi minute ko si Bren manang series ini.
Hey, coach.
Hey, Ocho
Kyle
Gahama,
Tuso.
You want to take a break? I'll coach.
I got you.
I got you. Hey, not gonna lie, that could work.
Dissolution.
Oh wait, I see my name. Aw, it was behind.
Kyle? Your name's Kyle?
No, LaFell.
Kyle Tucson?
No, it was Atas Ligi, it was upper. But yeah, now we're gonna talk about the game. It looks like Kadera, the way that he's been positioning, and here's the thing about Bruno. Once he has the Haas claw,
Nawalan ata ng net ah.
the damage conversion into lifesteal is massive.
Philippine
So if you don't
Metapos,
take it out,
guys.
Or if you don't lock it down, he's just gonna keep
Philippine
on
Metapos.
surviving. It's a
Kyle Tusok aparte niya. Kyle Tusok ito kaya Tusok ito.
Did he
Sama,
in that
tusok,
last
tusok.
dive that came
Yeah.
from,
Because LTZ always use Lancelot,
He
right?
didn't use it.
Same like Carl TZ.
He did.
I mean, I don't know.
How
Yeah.
confident? How
So they
confident
called
Not that confident.
Huh?
So,
Wanna put it back?
other people,
I mean,
dito,
let me check.
other
Because I
people
don't
called
remember
That's
if
what
he-
he was
them
working to.
Kyle Tusok,
I
Carl
could be wrong,
Tusok.
but I think that's what his next item was working to.
Yeah, that's why.
And it looked like
he's
'cause-
got it.
'cause
He's got it.
He got like a full face full of
A penalty
blazing
zone.
blazing duet there, and he was able to. And I'm pretty sure he popped it.
Pretty sure he used it, yeah.
Which means at that point he is in good standings, man.
Yeah.
Like they literally need to hard CC him down, and they don't really.
Oh my
have
God.
to. They gotta get like a
Philippine
penalty zone, a knockout
Metapos,
zone,
guys.
and that's not gonna be easy.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're trying to focus down on, getting.
I think
or
3-1.
pressure on Kadera here,
Bren
it's
win, guys.
It is Flap. Like Flap's the one to probably do that. But then when he does it, you got to make sure too that there's follow up, right? Because we saw what happened in the last interaction. He did it.
I want to eat banana,
Nature was
guys.
most likely used, if I
We need
recall.
healthy-
And then he was just caught out by himself, right? There
Healthy
was
food,
no
guys.
other follow up through with the rest of the team, so that is the tough part. Familiar face.
Is that Mr. Renmar?
That is.
Mr. Reptar?
I'm looking at this, and I don't think he used the Wind of
No?
Nature. No, I don't think he used it.
Wow.
He
so
looked
he's
like
just-
shadowy there. He looked
No,
like he
it
had
was
some,
the Revenge Strike.
Ah.
Yeah, it was the Revenge Strike.
So he's just that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't think he used the Wind of Nature. No, I'm looking back at it again.
What's up, guys?
No, look at this. It's the.
Isan, guys. Makan, guys.
I don't think he used the Wind of Nature.
Alright,
Flap just
I'll
couldn't
try.
Kaya tamang spam yung palamunin sa bahay, guys. Oh.
Couldn't get to him.
Okay lang yan. Maging palamunin lang habang buhay.
See? I mean, you
Uy,
guys
ba't
can see what
tinanggal ng
we're
moderator, guys?
Oh, spin.
Wait.
Go Yasu.
Let's go, Yasu!
Let's go, Yasu!
Let's go, Yasu!
Sayang may pagtasnuan pa sana ako eh. Tinanggal agad ng moderator, guys.
Boo.
Ay, pagtrastuhan pa sana ako.
Like he's invisible? Doesn't look like it right there?
No.
Sayang.
It looks like it's the aura of the
It's
revenge
the aura of
strike.
the revenge
Ay,
strike.
pagtrastuhan pa sana ako sa kuko ko lang eh.
We're going to the game.
You know what, Yasu?
Niremove na ang moderator, guys. Kanina pa spam ng spam, sayang, hindi ko nakita ngayon, walang nakita eh.
Big L.
Natouchdown ko sana pati nanay, parang bata lang, no?
Well, what? We're gonna ask for instant replay? Get into the games like instant replay. Did he use?
Hindi niya matatasok ang isang trash talker.
I think he used it because even the
Either way, he survives.
even the blazing duet, it doesn't look like it hit him a lot.
Kaya ito manalo. Geekfam, guys, ganda ang lineup nila. I think Geekfam win this game, guys. Because they have a good lineup.
Now, next Lord's gonna be up in 20 seconds.
They just need to punish Marco, guys.
Bren tries to
And block TC.
This is the concerning thing, right? Like, AP Bren has done this before where they're able to pull through and somehow get a steal on the Lord, but the lineup that Geekfam has, it makes it very difficult. Now they're going to chase down Super Marco, has to pop his own Wind of Nature. They're going to be forcing that out.
Nice one. No Purify and Wind of Nature.
That is massive. The fact that he already used a majority of the skills means that they can take this Lord, and if AP Bren wants
Humble lang ako, guys.
option, do we want to go for
Nagiging trash talker lang ako kapag trash talker ka, kalaban.
Advantage. You have the how do I say this? You have the benefit of making those choices, especially because you have
Sa in-game lang ako trash talker, guys.
A boy on this Lilia, you have a lot of poke damage.
Uy!
Luke,
Matilok.
behind enemy lines here, gonna get whittled down quite a bit. Flickers out. Oakwood gets the kill. So again, Luke trying to find his own angle in this fight for the Lord. It's gonna be secured though for a Geekfam.
Block TC, no ulti.
Still want something. Again, it might be better they defend in the base. At least put some pressure, at least in the mid lane, tier 1. Just one hit away, essentially. They're not going to be able to get it just yet. AP Bren still has to be on the defense.
Okay, I would say that could have been a win for AP Bren, at least getting something there. But the fact
Look,
that the wave
offside,
comes out,
guys.
now Lord is going to
But
be
it's
a little
okay.
bit
They
delayed.
got
Luke's going to come out just in time.
right,
And
guys.
overall, Geekfam's okay with taking a loss to get that objective.
Yeah, I would say it is more in favor towards Geekfam. I'm sure Luke didn't want to die there, but he was prepared for that kind of trade.
Yep.
Now it's all about Geekfam. Now that the Lord is marching, I feel like for this to be profitable is if they can get at least one inhibitor. If they don't get one inhibitor, then it's not going to feel as great.
All right, so Super Marco now is max itemed out as well. He's going to be able to shred down this Lord. He's going to be able to maybe make a bleak play happen. It's going to be very important here.
Once again, too, a few holding on to the I'm offended. That could change the course of the fight here as they get ready to march in. Valoisky, the front of the line, alongside Marky. Keeping him at bay here. Lord going to be whittled down slowly but surely. Mid-turret finally going down to the base of AP Bren. Still working for it, though. Eyes set now on the top side to fully expose it. Geekfam, do they push it in further? Can't get the turret just yet. AP Bren holding it together. Could be in trouble here.
Oh, still have
second
skill.
With his life still holding on to the top side. A boy has to use the black shoes. And right now, AP Bren holds on a little bit longer despite the 7K deficit.
So far, I feel like it's still a win for Geekfam because they at least needed one, and they're working
so
on the second inhibitor here. So I don't know how long AP Bren can survive this onslaught.
Well, Valoisky.
Nice one, Lloyd!
Oh! Gets the pull without offended. Penalty zone to come through as well. Super Marco still on the backside.
Chadera still free, Chadera.
They're going down one after another. Triple kill
Chadera.
for Kyle Teasy.
Oh my god.
Chadera and a boy
TC
left
still have second skill.
alive. But AP Bren fights back, only losing few.
You saw
AP
it.
Bren!
He wanted that. He's like, bro.
Yeah, Bren high ground so strong. Betul.
That, we were saying
That's
that all the
true.
past fights weren't really wins for AP Bren, but that one right there was a win for AP Bren. And I was just saying, this next Lord is going to kind of be the point where if Geekfam doesn't
Sinusuportahan natin, guys,
it really becomes a
Geekfam.
stalemate at that point. It really becomes on who just plays better. And right now, AP Bren trying to show that is very, very true.
If I learned anything, man, you gotta respect the Claude. Late game Claude, even though the Claude
Oh
can
my
take
god,
a lot of
already
damage
late game,
from
guys.
Bruno, but if he can calculate
Block
well,
TC already blade
I don't
armor.
know, something in my career keeps on telling me. Late game, don't
Or still
underestimate
not
the
yet,
quad.
guys.
I think even given that whole exchange, that whole fight that we just witnessed,
I think
EP Bren
still
still has
don't
to be
have
careful. It's actually
blade
going to be
armor.
difficult for them
Flap
to
TC.
work into this Lord Dance right now. You can see
Flap
Super
TC.
Marco.
You don't have
Still putting
flicker, Flap
pressure there.
TC.
Still blade gonna be
Careful,
used,
Flap
Luke.
TC.
Trying to find his own angle once again. Flap TZ can keep him at bay. Few also picking up the Divine
Grabe
Glaive. All
yung
of it still working.
support
for
siya
Super
pa,
Marco
ah.
finally joining the fight. But still, both junglers holding it together.
I'm
Right now,
confused,
the
guys.
board is around 21,000.
I want to-
20,000 now.
I support
Maybe
Pam,
Bren.
but I think
If
Bren
they want to contest for this,
win this series, guys.
they're gonna try to punish Loyski first, apparently.
Oh,
also
what?
holding on to the I'm offended here. Might look for his own. Penalty zone going to come through. Once again, Super Marco on the backside. Kadera pops the Wind of Nature, though. BMI's back. Kyle Teasy gets out
Oh
of
my god,
dodge as well.
Ogwen.
The guy
So
to
good,
win.
guys. Ogwen.
Both teams still healthy. Don't lose anyone. And we're back to the Lord Dance.
That was Wind of Nature versus Wind of Nature, both of them just unloading on each other. And I think when it comes down to that 1v1, it's going to be who pops theirs first, right? If you end up popping it first and the next player pops it later, the one who pops it later is going to have a little bit of an advantage.
Luke
Nice,
takes
Luke.
care of Few just like that. Where did he go? And now, once again, Lord going to go in and reset. Both teams still going to go penalty zone to jump in.
Marco, nice!
On the bottom side.
No, not
AP
like this.
Bren.
Yes, like this.
Yo, look.
Luke does
Nice,
it after getting
GG.
Few. He goes into the base and takes
Nice.
the game for Geekfam, evening the series 1-1. Look to
Gandang laban, 1-1.
Don't look at me. I'm ending the game. Geekfam now equalizing.
Uy, nandun si Coach Blapsy, oh.
And
Kita kayo na si Coach Blapsy, oh.
He's feeling it. He's like, I got this, fam.
All right, everybody doubted them. And right now they have equalized
Ito,
the
orang-
score 1-1
orang hindi, kaya
in
niya.
a wonderful fashion. They controlled that game the whole way through. And right when control was almost lost, Luke comes in with the backdoor plays and just seals the deal.
Man, again, there it is, right? Niall
Where's Ocho?
giving some words over to Marky. Ocho,
there.
where is he? Well,
Look,
regardless, man,
shadows.
you gotta say, Marky's doing an outstanding job.
Outstanding.
Outstanding job here. The rest of the
Let's
team
see, Kalo
really
Nael can
rallying
play.
behind him as well, allowing
Let's see if
this.
Nael can play, guys.
Like we said, from game one, it was their warm-up game, and they came out swinging for game two. They're online now.
Whatever the pep talk is in the dugout,
Matagal pa to, guys.
because this is a whole different team, man. Because at this point, they go in for those trades around the neutral objectives, and then they get what they want
Yeah.
and more.
Tara, laro muna,
I
ML.
love the fact.
Let's
too,
go.
that, you
Let's
know,
play
once
Mobile
again,
Legends, guys.
The ability to give that gold lane experience, like I like to call it, for
Let's play Mobile Legends. Comment your ML ID, guys. Tara, ina, laro. Tara. Ano mo i-gen mo, ina? Ito, si ina mo ka. Invite mo rin yung nasa comment, ina. Let's go, guys. Comment your Mobile Legends ID, guys. 116 73 005 43. Shoo. Let's go, guys. Follow nyo si Ina, guys. I got stick. Comment your MLBB ID, guys. One 6 5 83175. Maruna. Online, Maruna, online. But 7893 13830. Okay. Tama ba? 7893 13830. Online anyhow. Yun ba yung ano? Ay, nakalaro ko na tong Kyungsu eh. Mamaya ka naman po, Idol. Pick natin si Idol. Maya naman, give chance to others. Give chance to others. Give chance to others. Online. Online. Oh, I'm going to unfollow, yeah. If Maruna. Nice one. Maruna, where are you? Maruna. Maruna, and anyhow. Last lot, guys. If 1 minute. Oh my god. Oh, 2-0. Ini 7893133820. Okay, go online. Wait lang, wait. Ina. Sali. Full na. Next game. Where are you, Sarapi? Go online, please. Next time, yeah. Next game, guys. Where are you? Follow back. Follow back, please. Uy, I don't know you. Let's go. Already 5, guys. Next game. What the fuck? Ixia again? No, I don't want Ixia. Brody or Hanso? I think Hanso cannot do anything here. Hanso or Brody? Banyak Brody, banyak Hanso. Ini aja. Hanso. Gampang banget, guys. Kalau ini, guys. Ini aja. Ten. Can you say Kadoy Mayara? Kado Mayara. What's that?
Welcome to Mobile Legends. Seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash
I want attack speed. Uy, what are you doing, brother? Mega kill. Ah. Putek, nakapag-flicker. Ay! Oh my god. I need item, guys. I want penetration. So I can burst. Ten. Wee. Oh! There is a flicker, guys. Ano ako? BOD nga ako, BOD. Shout out to you, Zaira Sandoval. Hello, Zoe. Ano yung banjingan? Di ko rin alam eh. Ano ba yan? May cellphone na lang ilag.
Killing spree. Ult is not ready. Battlefield ready. Request ult is not ready. Ult is not ready. Double kill. Has been slain.
Thank you. Ta-da!
赤影の里に屍の山を築いてやろう。
Triple kill. Chia, chia, chia. Hey, nista na ako. Already drop, belum, belum, belum. Can you heal me?
Request backup.
怒りが俺を突き動かせ。
Tolong! Savage! Enemy savage! Belum drop guys, belum drop.
この影はどうだ？天の幅切りよ。
I want pure penetration guys.
完璧な品
Our
と
inhibitor turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Our base is under attack.
GG. GG guys. No, 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 no. Five seconds, 5 seconds. Ah, Terisla! Nice try. Already drop guys. Defeat. GG. What call this? GG. GG guys.
世界を救うには
The drop guys.
Maybe
Already
they
drop.
can pick up something like the Ixia last pick potentially, just to make sure that if there's no dive at all, then maybe they can get that. And third Matilda in the row for Ogwen.
So they pick up the Matilda, right? And I feel like this is just their game plan so far. A lot of times we even talked about it the previous game, right? Working with the utility, the movement, but I loved what Geekfam had to answer that. It was just really the momentum that they started.
Oh, Paramis, we
there's
forgot.
the change.
This is interesting, right?
To live
How
is to trick.
Or Lilia.
I think actually, that's a good question.
I
I think I would actually go
I would go
with the
Lilia.
Lilia.
I would go Lilia as well.
A boy had a great Lilia game last
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
and you don't exactly. And then game one, his
Tuk, 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 tuk.
Valentina was a little, you know,
Okay,
sus, I
again,
would
for
say.
Marky.
A little sus, honestly. So they do go for the Lilia. I think he felt comfortable on it. It's a great answer to the Faramis. So, I mean, you don't have to steal it with the Valentina. You just beat it, right?
Yeah.
Tetap
And that's what I'm
semangat,
thinking for
Banglar,
Eddie Brand. They go for
makasih.
a- Alright, so they went for a Fredrin here.
Ayan,
because
nag-print rin na
mostly
si,
with the
ano,
Fredrin or the
si
Marquis, because the Marquis just now,
Kaltisi, guys.
we saw what he was able to do, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think when you lock in the Fredrin here too, you're just matching for the most part, right? Once again, utility for utility. This technically, you know, the fact that we have seen teams flex it, of course, I don't necessarily think that's going to happen here this time, especially since we have the Matilda, the Faramis locked in. You know, for the most part, though, with that, you're coming down to these objective fights and the takes, right? How do you want to play around that? And really, it leaves to question, what do we take for the gold lane? Because
They
once we
can
get to
ban
the
Lapu-Lapu,
second
I think.
phase, there's probably going to be a focus, at least on one of the gold lane options for AP Bren. from
Lapu-Lapu,
Geekfam, right?
Khalid.
Maybe that's the Claude. Maybe they decide
Yeah.
to go ahead and ban that out. So it
Mm,
forces
they are
once
the
again
one
that
who ban
matchup
Minotaur.
against Bruno.
Even
versus the
Bren
Brody.
Comfort
Yeah, but
Hero
here's
is
the thing,
Minotaur,
banning out
guys.
the Minotaur here, it's giving a signal to Geekfam. It's like, how do I say this? AP Brand is asking Geekfam to ban away the Claude. Because if Geekfam doesn't ban away the Claude, then, you know, one of the heroes that
Kaya nga.
can fight against him
Yeah.
is out of the picture.
Ano
So
yan, balik
it
pa
looks
balik
like
ka.
AP Brand is baiting. Because we know Coach Ducky. He's a brilliant guy. He won't show his...
Take some time, right?
I would say for Geekfam, actually, not for AP Brand.
This land is our
I was about to say
Lapu-Lapu.
Lapu-Lapu, because Lapu-Lapu should be very good against the Faramis. So far, both teams are having more or less the same idea here. The EXP is going to be very influential in the series.
Yeah, this
It's my
match
way
alone.
or
Okay,
the
so they take out the
highway.
Iksha. So this leaves the, you know, you
Claude,
could still
Claude.
go Claude, could go Brody. I guess at this point, Geekfam's like, take what you want. You know, we got our Bruno, we're happy with it. Not only that, but we got the
Look,
Lilia as well. So
Want to play
two
Khalid
heroes that we
again?
love to play into this and
Khalid
just leave it up to you,
or...
Yeah, I think Jadera just feels he's probably like, it's okay, give him the Claude. Like
Yeah.
we're not stressed
Yeah,
about it. Jadera
yeah.
feels confident against Super Marco right now. If
I
that's
think
gonna be
Khalid
his
is good.
pick overall. AP Bren gonna take their time. So Claude, I think Super Marco could still do well in the Claude, and especially now that they have the Faramis, they have something to kind of buy them some time through the mid game to get Super Marco where he needs to be. They also have tons of movement, so if they need to go and protect the gold lane, they have those possibilities with the Matilda and the Faramis. Plenty of options, and that's
Claude
exactly
again.
what they're going to lock in. Geekfam need to respond with EXP, and there goes the Khalid
Yeah.
again.
I think better to
And
pick
Beautiful answer to the Faramis.
Khalid
I mean,
first.
MVP performance, why wouldn't you?
The hunt
And-
begins.
More or less the same.
Same lineup, guys.
And it works.
It
It works
works.
against the Faramis.
And this time, I would say the anti-synergy
Same lineup.
between the Ruby and the Akai is not really that bad. It's because
Not like the Tigreal.
exactly. So
Yeah.
even if Ruby pulls someone in, it's not gonna be as bad as Tigreal, I would say. Especially because I believe that the cooldown for Ruby might be a little bit lower. I could be wrong there, but if I'm not mistaken, I feel like Ruby's cooldowns is much lower.
Also the downside about the Tigreal is usually when you have the implosion, you go for the slide, right? And then try to
Yeah.
lock on as well.
Oh.
And that's where it messes things up a little
Phobius.
bit. This is interesting though.
Phobius.
Phobius gonna be locked in here. So that is for the XP lane.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly sure how that matchup is gonna be.
I'm not super sold on it either. Like, I mean, yes, I guess against the Khalid once he hits level 4, there's some possibilities there. But here's the thing. And also it can target the Ruby. But the thing is, Ruby wants you to...
Matchup
Oh
is
my
gonna
god.
be.
What
I'm
happened?
not super sold on it either. Like, I mean, yes, I guess against the Khalid once he hits level 4, there's some possibilities there. But here's the thing. And also it can target the Ruby. But the thing is, Ruby wants you to jump in on it. Ruby's like, all right, come on. And then I just click my sorry, and my second skill, and boom, you're locked up in the middle of us all.
You know what this does really well though? It answers the Jadera problem, right? You demonic force towards him, you put the pressure on him so that, because last time it was the Terizla. And when you jumped into the penalty zone, then you couldn't catch him, you're left as a sitting duck. So maybe this time that's the answer here to deal with Jadera's movement.
Well, when we're talking about Geekfam, we have the solution, we have the answer. Flapped Keezy. Are you gonna be the one, the problem for Kadera? Or will Kadera be having all of these free shots all over the game? Welcome to the third match in this best of 5 series. Welcome to the Land of Dawn. Geekfam equalized it. Which team is gonna go and have the match point?
All right, so when I look at both teams and I'm thinking about any of the win cons and I see AP Bren, now that they've kind of finished off their draft with that Phoveus, the Phoveus isn't bad exactly, but when it will really come online is going to be in the late game. Same thing with Super Marco. So I think overall, trying to buy time, AP Bren, Geekfam,
Phoveus only use Purify, guys.
with Luke, Jadera, a boy, a great level 4 with Beloyski. I mean, just lots of possibilities. And in this laning phase, Luke is definitely going to dominate Flapteasy.
Again, I really want to see this matchup because, you know, it could be something that just because we haven't seen doesn't mean it's bad, right? Like maybe because Luke using that first skill is going to dash all the time, and then maybe
once level 4 comes.
Yeah, once level 4, maybe Flapteasy can do something. It's just something that I'm not familiar with. In fact, I think in this M series we might see more Phoveus in the mid than the EXP.
Yeah, not typical to see him in the XP lane for
Nice.
now, but at least from what we've seen, and even looking at the emblems here, anything sticking out?
All the movement speed on the side of AP Bren. Even Phoveus has it because they know once mid-late game comes, he's going to need to move around. Also, he needs to be able to keep up with Khalid when Khalid tries to rotate into the mid side, when Khalid tries to go and help the team out.
Okay, they're going to grab Marky back here. Beloyski there to help him out. Doesn't have the level 40 yet, so just going to disengage as both teams.
Sorry, face lang. Camera pala. Sorry guys. Nakalimutan ko ulit. Naka-focus kasi ako eh. Sorry guys. Focus in-game guys, sorry.
So that's actually an interesting point. Khalid has basically 4.
Already a lot of just poke back and forth. Speaking of Khalid, Luke's got the level 4 now, so he's going to join this front line here for Geek. Marky has to get a position as well for this if they want to contest it, but it's going to be driven back with the demonic force from Flap. That's exactly what they want to do here. Luke, not sure if he wants to take a chance at all on this. It would be better if they just give up this first turtle to AP Bren. It's exactly what happens as Flapteasy walks away, secures the objective.
Well, we saw the usefulness of Flapteasy on this Phoveus.
Nice!
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
There's the punishment.
It's like, it's our job. I'm sorry.
Well, don't think there's going to be any answer from AP Bren. So essentially, yeah, they get the objective, but first blood in the hands of Luke, who once again had that MVP performance on the same hero from the previous game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want with the Khalid. And now Marky already shoving into this orange buff, going to be able to take it, and that's going to be taking so much away from the hands of Kyle Teasy.
Yeah, Circle Eagle going to be used. Focus now on the top side. We'll see if AP Bren responds to this. Once again, Super Marco dealing with everything right now. Heavy spin. Pops.
Whoa!
We'll be able to get out just fine because of that Purify.
I like the timing. The moment he has the Haas call, they all went.
Patay yata si Luke, guys.
Luke gonna be in trouble this time. Tries to get away.
There it is.
Kyle Teasy gets the kill. So they answer back to Luke on the bottom side. Now back to the top. Ogun and Super Marco just being forced out of this lane. A lot of gold, a lot of pressure here going to the hands of Geekfam. Up to Kadera as he works on that turret.
Yeah, it's very nice as well that Kadera does not try to take down the turret as fast as he can because he wants those minions to die. Like, winning isn't enough. You want your opposing laner to lose. I like that kind of mentality. It's not enough for me to win.
Yep.
I want to see you lose.
And those little movements have already given him a 600 gold lead. Putting him, oh boy, in trouble here.
I already used that black shoes. Beloyski now a little bit late. Should be able to slide on through, but is going to be stopped as Kyle Teasy gets the kill there. Now AP Bren, their sights on this purple buff, trying to make it hard for him.
Score prediction, I think 3-1.
Bren wins. Razor's Wrath going to come down.
Nice one.
Heavy spin going to be used. He takes a couple shots from Kadera. Goes under the turret. Marky quite low. Has to use the Nether Realm. Still going to be battling out. Luke now focusing on Kyle Teasy, forcing him back as both teams battle it out until the turret comes up as we take a quick break here.
Bren have Phoveus, guys.
Because we got to talk about how tanky this Fredrin is. Much different than the Martise in the previous game, where the Martise has more damage, but lacks that frontline capability. So
Tagal,
quite a big difference now
Boss,
that Carl
agad,
is on this Fredrin, where he can absorb much more and gives a lot of time for his damage dealers to dish out the damage.
Not only that, but we've already seen Phoveus have the turnaround, start to have the advantage over Luke going against that, able to proc the demonic force and everything. Even like Lucas said, like, can I even use my Raging Sandstorm to try to run away? Because once you do, you proc it once again, and he doesn't really have, you know, enough dashes to escape, to like, you know, kind of trick the Phoveus and move away right before the animation happens.
Phoveus has an interesting passive. You know what it is?
What is it?
Play around me and you still lose. It's like, imagine trying not to dash when you're fighting. You're forcing yourself in a bad position. So the Phoveus gives, it's like a fake question, where no matter what happens,
What is
you
a
lose.
fake question?
You know, it's like, you know,
Mess around and find out.
no, it's like a what do you call it? It's
I
like,
can't even think of a fake question that I've ever
it's
asked.
not a fake. It's like, how do I? You know those
Tagal Onyx versus
tricky
Blacklist or Bren. Sa December
questions?
16
Not
pa.
tricky- Okay,
December 16 pa ata eh, or
when I ask you a
15.
question,
Yeah.
there's no right answer.
Okay, ask me one of those.
What number?
Maganda rin kasi
am I
manalo,
holding
Bren
up
eh.
behind my
I
back?
think it's okay if Bren
Your
win.
hands don't.
So,
your hands
Onyx
don't-
and
my hands
Bren
keep on
trick
moving, so-
question.
So
yeah,
it's a trick question.
can meet.
I just said so. A trick question, and you said no.
Can meet kan.
Nah,
You're doing great.
There's a different
Nah,
word.
fam.
There's a different word for it.
All
But
right.
basically, it's like if you guys dash, I'm gonna dunk on you. If you guys don't dash, I don't need to dunk on you because all of my friends are gonna dunk on you. You get what I'm saying?
I'm just going to agree.
Yes.
Because we're jumping back in. What is that
Yes.
called again? A fake question?
Okay, you know what? Ultimatum.
Ultimatum's not it either.
No, it's not it.
Lavelle.
All right, okay. Someone try to help me out. I'm sorry. It's not it.
Someone type whatever LaFell's trying to think of as they battle it out for the turtle here. It looks like it's just going to be AP Bren, though, once again, as they secure the second turtle of the game here, uncontested for the most part.
Geekfam not still ahead though, so they have the opportunity to give up that turtle. Yes, this puts AP Bren at a nice tied spot, but we definitely can't count Geekfam out just because of a few objectives being lost. They've taken that top tower to Dare to
Do you
the
want to
bottom
pressure
lane,
Marco, guys?
smashing down on that one, and that is their win
Nice.
con right now. Chidera just doing so well, hasn't taken a single death. Same thing with the boy, and those are two of their major damage dealers here.
Yeah, looking at the goal earn as well, Skadera definitely has a very clear, what to say clear, it's only like 200 advantage-ish, so I'll take that back. It's basically non-consequential here. Beloyski, Kyle Kesey is having a fun time dishing the damage against Beloyski, and not enough damage there.
I love how he continues to use that Appraiser's Wrath, right, with pretty much just on the go, forcing anything he can from Geekfam, and that's kind of what you want to do, and maybe the reason why, you know, they went with this Fredrin pick. Aside from it being quite tanky. He's gonna get zoned off though with the heavy spin. Slides on through though with finesse. Ogwin goes in with the circle eagle, but ultimately they just push Geekfam back further
Sakit ni Pew, guys.
away from the team here.
Sakit banget Pew, anyer.
Here comes Flapteezy though. We haven't really seen him get involved in a lot of these like full-on team fights yet. I'm excited to see how AP Bren's composition works with that kind of spice added to it.
Right now, Luke trying to protect the 4 members of AP Brand here. Luke gets pulled.
Luke's gonna get pulled, he's gonna get dunked on, goes in, flickers out, not gonna be enough as Fuel cleans up the kill there. They'll get the turret as well here on the bottom side. Continue to work on for AP Brent.
Something that we have to say about the draft coming in from AP Brand, the Claude can be left alone. The Claude can be left on an island and he can push all day. The rest of AP Brand, they can move as a team. And it's going to be enough damage just because the Paramis is going to build into a Lightning Truncheon. And Geekfam, if they want to come up
Phoveus don't
together,
have ulti,
they're
guys.
just going to give more damage to this Paramis.
We
I
also
think
have
they
to point
can
out that
fight.
with Flapteezy moving, ooh, wait a second.
Okay, Flapteezy gonna be focused a little bit here. Doesn't have the demonic force just yet, so still Turtle gonna be fought for. Kyle Teasy and Marky, the battle for it once again. Going now,
Already have ulti
committing
again.
to it. Heavy spin gonna find the lockdown.
Marky.
Turtle
Oh,
gonna be
nice,
secured by
Marky.
Kyle Teasy. Now they turn their sights on Marky. He's gonna be just taken care of
They
all
cannot-
by himself.
they
As
cannot,
Marky's taken out, Beloyski survived, but
fight
Luke
it.
and
Cannot
Kadera
fight,
will be
guys.
doing work across the
They
map.
need to
This is something
split.
Geek have been doing very well though. Even if they like they don't expend everybody onto these objectives. They know that AP Bren wants to do that. They want to send all 5 members for the turtle. But while they're doing that, they have Luke in the mid side taking a tower. They have Chadera up to so
they actually want to find
oh my god, 2 versus 4, guys.
So tanky here. Ogwin has to flicker around. Beloyski quite low as well. Still going to be going though. Flapteasy now joining the fight. Few making his way there as well. And they keep them at bay. Geekfam realizes it and they back off.
You know what's good about our system now?
Yes.
We have 3 casters. We can see it. We can look at different parts of the map because
Lagi
that's what
di mana,
these
di
teams are doing.
Philippines,
You
guys.
see one fight here, someone's pushing it somewhere else.
Yeah. Still,
like Super Marco in that bot lane.
yeah, that's what he likes to do. Again, this is a signature pick for Super Marco, right? He's done work on this, and a lot of the times, if you just leave him alone, like LaFell was saying earlier, it scales out of hand, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, that believes
Super Marco gold.
This looks like a magic
Right
trick,
now is
where you have
6.9k.
the left hand showing beautiful colors,
Yeah.
and then the right hand takes your watch.
And then there's a trick question.
No.
Ada di
It's
PA
like
niya pag
they're doing the same thing. It's like,
nonton
hey,
langsung.
we're fighting now,
Malas.
and then all of a sudden your turn is gone.
So is
Malas
it both
nonton
gold laners?
di
'Cause it's
inikan.
Kaderi
Di-
and Luke doing the
Yeah,
same
they
thing.
are both trying to do it, but
would
right
say-
now,
Yeah.
Super Marco's doing a little better, I think.
Yeah, I would say for AP Brand is more on the gold laner. For Geekfam, they got Luke as well as Kadera.
Yeah, because essentially both of them have 3 turrets down, right? So in a way, how long or who can pull it off longer, right? Until eventually it all collapses. Because that's kind of what's happening right now, even with that reference, you know? And this leads into these objectives now that the Lord is up.
All right, Lord
Concealed.
is up.
Oh, Conceal gonna play. Beloyski jumping in alongside Marky. Oh boy, and Luke gonna be caught too. Marky has to get out of there. Ogwin gonna whittle him down a little bit more
Marky,
now. Oh
aboy.
boy, trapped amongst it
Oh
all.
my
Get taken
God.
out by few. And this is gonna be the go signal for AP Bren to start up the Lord.
They cannot fight inside objectives, guys. Geekfam cannot fight inside objectives.
Having the fairness as well as the, even though we question this Phobius pick, he has been doing quite well to deny a lot of engages coming in from Geekfam.
It's been denying so much, and I was a little like, oh, why is he can only really zone away Beloyski or Luke, but even that is making a huge impact on these team fights. Beloyski not being able to get involved means Kyle Teasy can pretty much just do what he wants. It means Super Marco can roam freely around these team fights or do exactly whatever he wants as well. Now taking a look at some of the items, Super Marco has jumped from being stalemated to almost a 2k gold lead over Chadera right now. He's pretty much into working on his last item at this point.
TC so strong right now, guys.
Push in for Geekfam, I feel like
He already have a good item, guys.
Trying to force a
Flap
5-5 fight and
Already dominance
laid out
ice
some of the
and I
skills,
think build armor.
especially Flap. But I don't know. So far, the way Flap has been playing, even though he's getting caught, it doesn't look like he's any time in trouble.
Beloyski gonna get dragged back by the Stampede. Takes quite a bit of damage himself. They might just have to give up this tier 2 as AP Bren still looks for these plays. Lord now going down the bottom side. They might be knocking on the base of Geekfam here relatively soon. Shield's still up though. She'll be able to make quick work of it. As Geekfam goes on the defense, Ogwin keep them at bay as well. But ultimately nothing happening just yet.
All right, Geekfam going to be able to defend this, and I think, yes, they're going to lose that mid-tier 2. They lose a lot here. The gold lead is starting to escape them a bit.
Oh, they're going to jump in. Flap Teasy goes in with a demonic force, but they're going to have to go out, but they're happy with the turret. So still on the play, AP Bren gets the first
Just
base
bite
turret of
them.
Geekfam.
The conversation now is what Geekfam has to do, because just to expand a little bit about what I was saying before is like try to trick AP
Hirap
Bren
na dito, no,
thinking they're going
Geekfam?
for a 5v5.
Oh my god, 36k gold lead.
Skills like the Thunder Realm as well as the demonic force. from
I think
Fat
that is
Teasy,
6k gold lead sa ala,
doesn't
guys.
look like AP Bren is gonna take any kind
Yeah.
of lead here.
I love
Only
the fact that
6K.
Flap Teasy builds Clock of Destiny up front. Because we've been talking so much about how EXP laners need a little bit of damage, and that wasn't always common for a Phobius build. A lot of times you just kind of go into full defense mode, and the damage just unloads over time anyways, because that's just kind of how he works, right? But with that, he's able to really be a threat to some of these tankier heroes like Beloyski. He's just able to have that little bit extra, and that's going to scale along with him over time. And at this point, I feel like it's kind of all he needs.
I'm looking at everyone from AP Bren, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm Beloyski, who's a great target for me to pick off? I mean, sure, if you can get most of the members at the same time, maybe that's good, but if you pull in the Phobius, that will feel like a mistake. If you pull in the
Easy.
yeah, if you pull in Kyle Easy, you feel like that's a mistake as well. If you pull in Few, that's
Oh my God, Super Marco.
Not even
Gila
giving a
si
chance
Super
to
Marco.
Kadera. Still now Luke gonna be trying to get back to base here. Demonic Force gonna be used and everything thrown at him. Super Marco just fully stacked, knew that it was his opportunity and takes out Kadera.
I'm wondering if maybe Marky should have used that heavy spin a little bit earlier. I feel like he was hanging on to it and maybe possibly, you know, use it for a dire situation. But they do get out. Kadera goes down though, and that's going to be a huge loss because Super Marco already had a big gold lead, and this is just going to make Kadera not be able to catch up with him even faster.
I mean,
Tabahan ni Marco,
if this keeps on
GG yata
continuing,
ata, guys.
Bren will have match point because Geekfam again. I'm looking at.
Kailan babalik jungle ng Geekfam? Next series pa ata, guys. Baka sa lower bracket
I
nila.
think that Super Marco is gonna get caught anytime soon.
Yeah, it's so difficult to catch him, right? I mean, alongside the fact that they have Matilda to help with those escapes, and that's what we've been seeing here. So now, once again, AP Bren gets ready for this assault towards Geekfam's base.
All right, Geekfam, I mean, at this point, how do they defend this, right? They have some possibilities. They have Luke who can make the big set. They have Beloyski who can make the big set, but they have, like you mentioned, LaFell, they have to be careful of who they pull in. A Boy, we haven't seen too much from Boy right now. And it should, I mean, theoretically be doing okay against Kyle Teasy, but I think with a gold lead like this, they just have too many defensive items, and it's going to take a little bit longer until Geekfam can actually, like, slow them down.
Nice depth
Well,
mid
they're going to
lane.
work on the base. Top turret going to be gone. Lord making its way down the bottom. Geekfam has to respond to this. Kyle Teasy going to keep them at bay. Still, Beloyski trying to keep things
no,
clear.
nice one.
Teasy, though,
Teasy,
just
no
gets
magic
taken
resist.
out of the picture. Still, Kyle Teasy going to get
What the
dragged
fuck,
now,
lad?
too. He could be in trouble as he has to flicker out. Oakwood and the rest of the team there. Marky has to heavy spin out. The battle in the jungle. Luke, though, goes in with a Raging Sandstorm. He has to go, but he can't heal up fast enough. As a body after
GG,
body
guys.
will fall for Geekfam. And Marky, the last one to go.
Nice game, Bren. Nice game.
Wipes
Tingin
out
ko talaga
Geekfam
3-1 to, guys,
as
eh.
they make
Panalo
their way
talaga
to the
Bren
crystal
dito,
to take the series to a 2-1.
Last one.
AP Bren.
Nice try,
right
nice
now,
try.
match
Masi ada.
point. With this
Match point, guys,
2-1,
match point.
AP Bren is buzzing.
They are definitely buzzing.
GG.
There it is.
There
Now,
it is.
Geekfam, in a moment of dire measures, tried to kind of fight back that there. They even had the advantage.
Wait, guys, I need to
They
go to
pushed
toilet.
a little bit too far, though. And AP Bren, once they have the clap back, they clap back hard. Or should I say, they sting back hard. And Geekfam, I think just that slight overextension. They should have just waited out. They should have taken what they had and tried to fight another day. But in the end, that's Mobile Legends for you. AP Bren comes out and secures a match point game.
I
Match
feel,
point game.
I feel like we gotta talk about the Phobias as well.
Yeah, it was a clutch pick.
I mean, it's a pick that we questioned, but after watching him play, there's no real way for you to get into the fight.
Yeah, and I think going back to it, when we saw it picked up in the draft, I was like, this is probably the answer for what we saw from game 2 with Kadera, right? The fact that they had the Drizzle that time, they couldn't catch up to him sometimes using the penalty zone, then he just, you know, kind of finesses his way out. Well, this time when you have Demonic Force, you can continue to put the pressure. That worked out well for him.
It's good offensively and defensively.
Hello.
Whoa.
Was that a shield?
Hey, Captain Few.
I mean, like, MVP off the
Nakageekfam si
with
Bis.
the few,
Your
but
XP, Uranus lang alam. Yun lang. Okay, yun lang kasi alam ko eh. Ikaw, tumambay lang alam mo eh.
APB shield. APB.
Wala kang pinagkakabalan sa buhay, tumambay lang.
I didn't want to do
Panis,
this.
yun
Is
ang
that
trash
George?
talk. Real talk.
At this point, man, I don't know how
Yeah.
you're gonna fit everything in your luggage.
Either way, we gotta talk about Few as well. 4-0 and 5. We gotta
Ano
talk
mga
about
neto,
how
ano mga
Vermis
neto?
has been banned out for 2 games. The one
Ay,
thing
may
is that
katasko ka
Juice
na
is
naman
like,
tayo.
You guys are picking the Bruno. We're picking up the
Baka siya na 2 years na
Vermis.
nakapalo, nakasubaybay. Uy! Uy!
This was one to turn that fight around.
Tapos
Put
mukhang
that,
palaka.
Ghostbusters on
Putik na yun, nakaganon oh. Nakaganon sa profile pic niya.
And then secure the double kill.
Ganyan
after
ang
that big
putik.
turnaround.
Mukhang
Right
palaka
here,
eh.
taking a look at some of these replays. That last play is right when you see Flap TZ kind of come online.
Ay, mukha na pa ng tatay.
For Luke. And at this point, Kyle TZ just securing every single objective. Marky, who had
tamang pa-picture lang.
those neutral objectives, just starts to fall behind, and all has to do with AP Bren moving as a unit.
Tas cover photo niya, mukha niya ulit, kaso nakamask.
Like, I feel like stay for
Puta, ina, tas nakamask. Gagos. Nice. Cover photo. Profile picture mo, mukha mo. Cover photo mo, mukha mo pa rin. Puta, Taka na, ang gara pa na yan. Gara tingnan yan.
Don't think about the laning phase.
Profile picture mo. Profile picture mo, mukha mo. Cover photo mo, mukha mo pa rin. Kaso naka-face mask.
Especially for the gold laners, the fact that you
May sakit ata yung cover photo niya, guys.
wind of nature before Kadera, that is what allowed him to go ahead and initiate that little.
Diba nagpapasikat bang sa live?
Get that kill.
Yan na.
Momentum into the base.
You know, you mentioned Flaptz rotating so early, and I noticed that as well. In the beginning,
GG guys!
wasn't as good.
Paano kayo babawi dito, Geekfam, no?
In the gold trade, he had about maybe a 5-6.
Una pa lang, alam mo, sure win na ano dito eh. Una pa lang, sure win na Bren dito.
Flaptz sacrificing that gold, but being able to work.
Mga 3-1 o kaya 3-2.
Ended up paying off tremendously.
Same thing as well, AP Bren having
Ay, umiyak na ata. Na-notice mo niya si Idol. 2 years na nakapalo, tapos ganun pala ugali.
So they dealt with the issues, yes, with the Phobias, yes, with the Faramis.
Umiyak na yata, uy. Huwag mo ganyanin, ina. Pag umiyak yan, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng mukhang tatay na umiiyak.
That's what I'm saying. It was so timing-wise as well.
Basher na ako nila Marky tsaka Baloy. Bahala sila. Ibas na nila ako. Hindi. Mabait. Mga ano yan, syempre, mga dati kong katim kaya sinusuportahan ko.
And even looking at this, right? Super Marco, the rich guy, you have few.
Parehas ko sinusuportahan, syempre, Pinas yun eh. Pero syempre, nandun yung mga dati kong katim. Si Marky tsaka si Baloy. Sinusuportahan natin si Marky, minsan na nga lang mag-jungle eh.
Super Marco as well, and we're only 15 minutes into that game, right? We're 15 minutes in, and Super Marco was already completely in there.
Huwag naman, wag. Walang nasi-shutdown dito. Walang masi-shutdown.
In game number 2, he had to make sure that he could farm up. He had to make sure that he could get some of those items way before Chidera.
PH versus PH, pero tingin ko ano eh, Indo versus PH eh. Mas maganda tingnan guys, di ba? Pag Indo versus PH, mas maganda tingnan eh, mas maganda laban.
They have to figure out how, because in this fight, I feel like the problem is
tingin ko grand final, ano eh, Onyx versus Blacklist o kaya Onyx versus Bren.
And the Fredrin as well. The Fredrin we haven't touched on, but we saw quite a few times when the Fredrin was invading the jungle around the purple buff area, they tried to dish out the damage, it just never was enough.
Pero ayun ang mismo tanong, nasaan si Corny Baloyski?
We asked this question even back in game 1. And this time for game 3's draft.
Pag nag-core kasi si Baloyski, akay lang alam niyan guys eh. Ni Baloy. Akay lang alam ni Baloy guys.
Figured out by AP Bren. So I think, you know, this is where once again you kind of have to shake things up, right? Really
akay lang kasi alam ni Baloy. Kaya
still given the nature of these two teams.
Kaya ay siya pag-junglein guys eh.
We might see very
parang ako lang, sabi nung tatay kanina guys. O Uranus lang alam ko eh. Ang tagal-tagal niya na palang followers ko, 2 years na. Hindi niya yata napanood yung season 4 hanggang season 7 kung karir.
Geekfam loses and then
hindi niya nakita yung mga malulupitang show dun eh.
After they win that, AP Bren then adjusts. So if I don't think Geekfam is
like,
hindi
niya yata yung nakikita yung mga tamos na malulupit. Na ano lang, napabuhat lang. Sabi nung tatay kanina. Wait, kuya mo pala yun. Sorry. Mukha kasing tatay mo, ina eh.
We have to talk about how Marky hasn't been training for a very long time as a jungler, right? He's a bandit in this kind of situation. Now comes to the question.
Nag-comment bunso niya.
Marky doesn't get
that kasi ano,
if Marky doesn't get the box,
2 years na yata yung cover photo niya eh. That palitan niya na yung face mask niya. Baho na nun.
I think he should get the Fred ring. They should play for the Fred if they don't get the Basha.
Wala, di na nag-comment, ina. Pinayak mo kasi.
Like Basha or something like that.
Saan ba yun? Hindi na nag-comment.
After what we saw from the previous.
Nawala na ng mana.
Played it twice.
He's not gonna get it either way.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get banned out. That's the question because I feel like.
Miss mga BUI, so miss ko na sila mga dati kong team syempre.
AP's been banning it every time.
Right, banning out the Guinevere and now banning out the Baxia just letting me maybe that's the key.
Hello guys, sorry guys. Karena ako live di Facebook juga, jadi ako ngobrol sama orang PH gitu guys. Masih bisa bahasa Indo tapi masih sedikit guys. Tapi ada beberapa kata-kata aku udah lupa guys.
Super Marco's been fine, you know, either way, you know, so you're looking for these winning matchups, at least in these different roles, these different lanes, and that begs the question.
Dahil sapahan tayo gamit daliri, parang sinabi mong ano, maguntugan tayo gamit pa. Ang hirap nun ah.
It didn't really have an impact like the previous games, right? And what was the simple answer for that? Well, part of it.
Ang ganda ng drop nung ano, Bren.
Helped kind of on the defensive, on the offense as well. So there's so many things that could kind of be changed slightly here. Like there doesn't have to be major changes.
Yeah, Kyrie, bahasa Indo niya sekarang bagus banget, guys. Kyrie.
You kind of approach this in a similar manner. It's like
dia kayaknya semua udah tahu sih Kyrie.
Because so far AP Bren, they've been playing like they have been, right? You're known for. So your eyes are really on Geekfam. Like, what are they going to adjust? How are they going to approach this next draft?
Well, if we take a look at AP Bren, they've definitely had like the most variety. Few has played now 3 different mid lanes.
Laro ka ba season 30? Abangan nyo na lang guys.
XP lane go from Phoveus to
abangan nyo na lang po.
Rizla, all the way over to Dyroth. So they've shown that they have the most flexibility so far. On the side of Geekfam, they haven't. They kind of they've switched up a little bit, but always kind of they've had Lilia twice, they've had the Ruby twice. I think we need to see some kind of big changes from them, because that's.
How are you now? I'm fine. Alhamdulillah.
Beat both versions of them over the past 3 games, and now we need to see another new version from Geekfam. And I think if they revert back to anything that they've really been hard stuck on, it could end up being a problem. Yes,
yeah, if you go to Philippines,
I think it's a very solid.
You harus makan balut, guys.
Where they lost,
if you want to go to Philippines, you need to try balut.
Definitely the EXP lane. And then also the roam, like Beloyski needs to be able to make plays happen, and I think the Ruby worked well in game 2, but I think it wasn't as viable. But that also comes down to the Phoveus being able to get through.
So now, again, reliable setup is what I'm.
Huwag ka na maglaro. Customer ka, pati yung mukhang tatay dinadamay mo. Uy.
Heroes that was bad.
Huwag mo alin yung tatay ko.
Again, Beloyski has been amazing on that Ruby, but so far, it looks like AP Bren, the way that they talk about Beloyski.
Hindi, kasi yung mukha niya parang ano eh. Mas matanda pa sa tatay ko eh.
Some plays. It looks like they understand his mindset. They understand where will he approach the fight from.
Cordlar sa M6 puta. Yan ang gusto ko rin.
I feel like if there are gonna be changes, in my personal opinion, it has to be in the jungle as well as the roam. Somehow, some way, either of them.
Kung si Marky, yung pani niya, walang second skill. Sa akin, yung link ko, walang ulti. Hindi ako gumagamit ng ulti.
Yeah, I think especially with the Purify. Yeah, Purify, like, that's always something you have to worry about. And again, why we see more teams, you know, either going into that layering the damage department or layering in the CC department, right? You kind of have to work around that because even so, some teams just force out those Purify.
Explain na ako nun sa Onyx Philippines. Sino mas pogi sa inyo ni Kyrie? Siyempre si Kyrie, guys. Ang layo-layo namin, layo-layo ng pagitan namin. Sobrang pogi ni Kyrie.
And you know, previously that's kind of what we saw. There was a struggle to work.
Isa lang naman akong tae, guys.
But a Matilda as well.
I have an idea. Instead of ganking the gold, gank the EXP. Make sure that Luke has an advantage, Flap TZ has a disadvantage, because that's what they did in the second game. And then it looked like Super Marco legit did not care. He's like, yeah, you guys, I lose maybe 1 wave of farm. But then he just finds it somewhere.
Ang tunay na pogi si Baloy. Mas pogi si Baloy. Tama ka dyan.
With the Purify wouldn't actually, it would work well.
Ang tunay na pogi si Baloy.
I feel like the Cloud has a little bit of a better escape.
Oh, kita-kita mo noon, oh. Nakasimangot lang, oh. Konti lang. Kasi 1-2 na nakasimangot lang konti.
Has a very good way to escape, very good way to kind of play it safe. I feel like it's a little.
Si Marky patawa-tawa lang, magpapaning na yan. Magpapaning yan.
Win lane, so you don't have to be super safe.
So again, personally for me, I feel like attacking the EXP might be a good way because.
Uy, hindi ako trash talker. Huwag niyo sabihin trash talker ako.
Make sure that he has a hard time
Isa lang ako mabait na nilalang, guys.
Not only that,
Huwag
but
niyo sabihin
sometimes
trash
it's like,
talker ako.
alright, just even that one kill. You don't have to focus on it the entire,
just
early game.
Mas okay pa sa akin yung maging trash talker kaysa sabihan niyo akong pogi, guys eh.
We'll see.
Maybe two, because
Mas okay pang sabihan niyo akong trash talker.
Yeah. That works.
I mean, like, to be fair, Flap TZ has a game on the Arlet where he died 7 times, and even you guys said
KDA doesn't matter.
KDA doesn't matter. So now we're jumping into the draft. Match
Huwag niyo
point.
sabihin pogi.
AB Bren, one more win, and they...
Baka pag sinabihan niyo ako mag-pogi, bahala kayo, magsiselos yung mukhang tatay kanina. Focus na guys, focus na tayo drop, focus drop.
Bruno first pick for Geekfam.
Okay, I need to speak English.
Keep things the same. Fermis and Matilda.
Yeah, so far bans have been, I mean, literally.
Okay, nood tayo sa Pilipino guys, nood tayo sa Pilipino.
The slight switch, the Bosch.
Medyo hindi ko trip kasi yung Pilipino guys eh. Marami ako natutunan sa English eh.
I feel like they could, man. Honestly, at this point, they want to go ahead and just.
Saan ba yun? PH ito. Ika-4 na araw. Mutik to, Pilipinong Pilipina.
Ng Geekfam kanina. Kumbaga, pinakuha nila yung dalawang possible options, pero nagkaroon sila ng recent adjustment during the second and the third pick. So, there is a very good chance.
Hindi guys, this one is bahasa peha guys.
Para miss muna, and the Matilda is not really chosen. Instead, mag-present sila.
Kaya kasi caster pag Pinoy eh. Kaya nga nakatawa lang pag caster sa Pinoy.
Ito yung literal, binato mo na lahat, pati bahay mo, pero hindi pa rin.
Lalo nung M3, batak man trash talk.
In this case, Akay na
Hindi,
naman nating makikita.
ginalit kasi nila si Kyrie eh.
Yeah, parang ito
Nang
na
ano eh, BTK eh. Kaya pinagtatrash talk ko na.
Nakita naman nating napakaganda.
Lahat ng umapi kay Kyrie, nung time na yun, pinagtatrash talk na namin.
Labanan yung dalawang kupunan, but at the same time kasi medyo nakikita na ng Bren kung ano yung parang gustong gawin ni Marky using this hero or this type of jungler. So yung picks ng Geek ay hindi naman sobrang babago, pero you can say the same for AB Bren kasi they're still picking up the Matilda before we head on to the second.
Yung masasarap kasi trash talkin guys. Yung BTK, RRQ. Pero ano, malakas sila. Kaya masarap sila trash talkin, malakas kasi sila.
Kasi doon tayo nakakita ng changes. In game number 3, Phobius yung nakita natin bilang pantapal. At ngayon,
ini guys, Indo Dlar please. O, Indo, palit naman tayo Indo guys. Pagtapos ng drafting. Okay.
Kailangan maglaro ng ibang marksman.
Later, we change this.
Napanood natin, naglaro siya ng Brody, which was a great...
Wala nang ibang hero ng Geek ko. Bruno, Akay, Lilia, Khalid.
Question yan no para sa
ano isa nilang hero?
this current meta kasi
Ruby.
naman din dito
Again and again.
Pwedeng mas maging encouraging for
Ixia.
Marco to go for the irritate.
Claude,
Or
Ixia.
baka, pakitaan na naman tayo ng EP Bread ng Angela Mid para mas
Dirot.
pang alalay dito ang irritate kasi parang you would need all the movements
Dirot,
na pwede
Ixia.
kumain against Lilia again na hawak-hawak kasi ng
What do you want to buy? Ban.
Pero feeling ko hindi naman na mag-Angela Mid dahil may Faramis na rin at Matilda. And it's very exciting to see no kung may exotic pick na naman ba si Bren. Maybe on other roles kasi I wouldn't...
Lungkot na di Baloy, hindi yan malungkot.
It is a valid
Baka nga siguro.
counter pick on
Kasi ano, baka gutom lang.
siguro oras na para magpakita ng XP lane Odette.
I think Flap play, no, I think Flap TC last pick guys. Flap TC last pick.
Potential na nakikita ko dito.
They can pick Ixia or Brody.
Ruby na ginamit din nila kanina. Honestly, pwede na naman nilang gamitin lahat ng mga let's just run it back. Kumbaga, kung Geekfam tayo. Kasi kung tutusin, for Geek
Ixia, Brody, Beatrix.
There is Lapik na gagamitin dito nitong si Luke dahil makikita naman
Whoa! They want to priority Flap TC hero, yeah?
Ni Flap TZ.
Because I think they don't want to play Phobius again.
Hindi pa uso yung Khalid. Nagkakakalid na siya sa FPL. So this is a comfort pick para kay Flap TC. Ano naman kaya magiging reply dito ng Geekfam? Nag-ahanap pa rin sila ng kanilang XP laner and potential roamer.
Terisla?
Terisla na lang yata.
Teris.
Naging option or Yuzhong.
Yeah.
Gustuin nila, though I'm not entirely sure if you would want to go for the Yuzhong in this kind of composition na may Faramis. Pero maganda rin kasing sagot yun sa Netherrealm. So, pwede mo namang i-pick up yun. Tapos, yung marksman kasi
Terisla Yuzhong.
sure. Pero regardless kasi, hindi naman na siya Claude. And most probably, nakadepende sa positioning kung hindi man i-retail ang kukuhain. So, pwedeng option yun for Geek and they
Yusong
will
Angela, wow!
instead.
And like this. Also the Angela Rome na ilalagay nila dito. So, meron...
Ito na nga ba, si Angeloy?
Ganyan ang heart guard.
Angeloy, guys!
The Black Dragon form or yung heavy spin para kumuha ng objective. So,
Angeloy!
may underrated sapi din dyan, boss. Yung Lilia yung sasapian. Tapos,
Ano tayo? Indo naman tayo, guys. Indo naman tayo, Indo.
Uubusan ng mga pasabog.
Indonesia.
Magpapataka.
Indo. Wala, guys.
Skep lebih ada lagi ya entahlah Brody ataupun Beatrix kan dia punya tactical reposition, dia punya hustle juga untuk nge-grow lagi XP-nya nanti dengan virus yang dipegang.
Kaya mo yan lahat, Bosslar, kung ikaw yung maglalaro. Hindi ko kaya yan, walang malakas sa marami.
Secara kita melihat dengan 3 yang sudah dipakai sekarang.
Kay Baloy pa lang, talo na ako, guys eh.
Dan juga Khalid ini masih bisa dipegang nanti dengan Lilia.
Lamig.
Cuman ya untuk konsentrasi kita ini kemana untuk marksman buat Evi Bren. Karena kalau memang mungkin buat pegang dia juga kayaknya bakal sulit dia harus main front to back. Dan Yuzong punya peran penting sekarang.
Yap, atau ya mau bawa Purify ada Irital juga, tapi ternyata
Brody.
Oke,
Paling safe,
ini dia
Brody.
untuk Super Marco. Ya,
Itu dia deretan hero yang sudah diamankan. Terjadi perubahan juga akhirnya pada 2 hero terakhir yang diambil oleh
Hindi namin maintindihan yan.
Dan ada Yuzong dan juga Angela.
Pilitin nyo na,
Buka lagi
iba
permainan mereka.
intindihin.
Jadi buat teman-teman
Grab,
semua,
bawasan mana ini?
sila, Ruta.
tapi ternyata
Menurut kasi,
yap, atau ya mau
Enak,
bawa
kiri.
Irital juga, tapi ternyata
bagusan carry, guys. Bagusan Geekfam, guys.
Sama ya.
Kalau drop.
Geek dan memaksa Epi Bren di game yang kelima nanti, namun dari segi
Because Yuzong can win against
ini
Khalid.
cukup
Bruno
diuntungkan oleh Geek, tapi
can win
untuk
against
dari
Brody.
potentialnya lumayan imbang ya.
Iya. Dan untuk di
And they have a good
betul di sini bisa dipegang dengan Geek ya.
team comfort, team composition for team fight.
Yuzong, Angela mulai bertambah juga, tapi Lesi
I think game ini,
mudah-mudahan ada hasil
kayaknya si
baik
Bren.
yang udah bisa dilakukan oleh
Tapi aku
Geekfam.
suka drop
Begitu banyak ekspektasi
ini,
orang
drop
untuk bisa melihat tim ini juga melaju
Geekfam.
menuju ke bracket selanjutnya. Jadi langsung saja game yang keempat akan menjadi 2-1.
Sino mas maganda drop dito? Tingin ko Geekfam eh.
3-1 yang akan dimenangkan
Mas maganda drop
oleh
ng
tim
Geekfam.
Oke, dan kita akan
Ang daming
melihat
ano eh, condition
kembali
pwede
karena
nilang
ini
gawin
adalah
eh.
match point untuk
Lamang Yuzong sa
Epi
Khalid,
Bren
tas
bisa
Bruno rin.
menuju ke final upper bracket. Tapi untuk sejauh ini
Pwede mang kalahad ka din Yuzong dito eh. Kasi may Angela. Team fight nila.
Cadera nih Om. Lagi-lagi nih, padahal kita juga mengharapkan adanya Cloud bisa jatuh ke tangan dari Cadera.
Pag matagalang clash, lamang ano dito, Bren.
Bisa ngasih
Baloy?
tahu,
Oh.
tapi Baloy dalam
Yep.
bahaya.
Aduh,
Walang
satu
flicker,
kali
no
Baloy.
flicker, Baloy.
Dengan satu magic
buset.
tapi disembur loh sudah. Namun untuk sekarang PO-nya pergi ke arah mana? Satu yang terakhirnya
Buset,
PO.
Gogwen.
Satu dijemput,
Nice.
tapi untungnya 1-1.
Oke, saya agak sedikit shock juga ya dengan flicker yang ternyata berhasil untuk menumbangkan Baloy. Cuman harusnya ini keuntungan buat Geekfam karena Romer tukar mid lane.
Yap, dan ini jelas lebih unggul juga.
Wala na namang retry si Marky.
Mage ya dia pakai.
Marky na retry guys. Ready level 4. Oh my god.
Focusing Mark juga. Tapi lihat bagaimana
ketinggalan.
Ya, Evi Bren mainnya agresif banget.
No flicker, Baloy.
Ketinggalan dari sisi leveling, sementara Baloy-nya sekarang udah mulai diikutin lagi oleh pergerakan Augen yang ada di bagian belakang, tapi KLTC
Oh my god!
bisa mengamankan
You
bagian
get
lagi
the
di bagian bawah,
green
dimana itu akan bisa membantu
monster,
pergerakan
guys.
untuk bisa mendapatkan ke arah level 4. Satu yang terakhir, tapi untungnya Verbital masih berhasil diamankan dan sekarang KLTC pun harus mundur kembali.
Dan sebenarnya kalau ngelihat antara kedua belah Romer ini sama-sama ya punya heal, walaupun Baloy healnya bakal lebih konstan kan dibanding dari Matilda. Cuman
Ada rencana mau kay Indo lagi gak? Ya. Kayaknya enggak.
Ya,
damage.
damage juga bisa jadi buat item-itemnya. Dan bahkan permainan agresif dari Evi Bren ini memang benar-benar ditunjang dengan adanya Ogwen tadi. Bagaimana jemputan dari Guiding Lane ini selalu bisa membawa pemain mereka untuk lebih aman.
Wih, tapi pressure udah dipakai sebelum kontes starter nih ya.
Sementara sekarang di area yang berbeda, Flap the Z dengan adanya Augen mereka berdua mencoba untuk bisa mempertahankan Marky, belum juga mencapai dari level 4-nya. Sementara sekarang dari KLTZ udah
masih level 3 guys.
Turtle-nya dengan satu Black Dragon Form. Coba lihat Flap the Z tadi dengan mengeluarkan
Oh my
satu
god,
lagi
so gap,
satu
guys.
karena siapapun yang pertempuran kembali kembali terjadi tapi Flaptesinya dengan Quicksand Guard Plus. Ada lagi Netherrealm yang udah langsung dikeluarkan. Masih selamatlah sudah beberapa pemain yang dimiliki oleh Bren. Dan
Bren team fight so good guys.
Sudah untuk di pertempuran yang pertama kali.
Wah, ini kerugiannya banyak banget. Junglernya hilang,
Napok may momentum Bren.
dan look-nya pun
Nah,
tidak
Iris
bisa
ya.
selamat.
Iya, itu pertukaran yang memang cukup one sided tadi ya. Karena ya gak ada pertukaran yang sepadan tadi yang bisa didapatkan. Sementara untuk di bottom lane ya Cadena untuk sementara waktu masih bisa defense, masih bisa head to head berhadapan dengan Super Marco. Tapi ya kita tahu dengan extra XP yang bisa didapatin dari Turtle tadi kan Super Marco juga jauh lebih sehat di bottom lane.
Yap, dengan ada satu turtle dari Super Marco pun berhasil untuk mencapai level 5 duluan. Cadera berusaha untuk bisa mendapatkan ke arah satu web minion ini dan harus mundur kembali. Oke deh tuh.
MPL Dubai naman.
Dia ngeri.
Next game, MPL Dubai naman tayo. Kaya Turkey.
Remix.
Ya, tapi untuk dari segi itemization sepertinya nggak jauh berubah ya untuk Obed. Dengan Enchanted Talisman akan menjadi item pertama.
Berarti dia bakal ngejar untuk cooldown-nya dulu. Dan AP Bren waits.
Nabrak, mentok dikit gak ngaruh.
Mentok dikit gak ngaruh, puyeng doang paling. Sementara sekarang Markinya sendirian di dalam rebutan. Langsung saja disembuh dengan begitu banyak damage yang masuk ke dalam tubuhnya. Tapi Kyle Tezi akankah bisa bertahan? Guiding Wind memanggilnya untuk pulang.
Udah kuat banget ya Kyle Tezi.
Udah ada Kicksan Guard juga.
Kulatan ni Kyle Tezi guys.
Yang dilakukan oleh Luke-nya, namun di area middle kayaknya rame banget nih.
Yap, itu rame banget sepertinya. Namun di bagian bawah ada dua player yang sudah berkumpul, udah bergerak pula. Ada dua player yang berbeda dari AP Bren, tapi ketahuan posisinya antara Kyle Tezi dan juga Owen.
Ini Super Marco suka ngejutin tiba-tiba ya.
Langsung flicker loh tadi.
Flicker turn apart memory. Tapi memang nggak ada stack juga kan tadi yang akhirnya ngebuat damage turn apart memory-nya nggak kerasa.
Si Yuzong
masih cukup aman juga.
menang lawan ini. Lawan
Ya
Kyle.
saling trading blow satu sama lain dan lebih fokus ke gold lane sebenarnya. Tapi sekarang dengan adanya turtle kali ini, AP Bren mereka bisa start untuk coba ambil turtle-nya.
Yap. Akankah mereka semua siap untuk melakukan sebuah setup lagi karya dari Turtle karena Kyle Tezi-nya terlalu kuat untuk saat ini.
Ya, tadi juga ada flicker dari view yang ke-trigger tapi fight terjadi.
Waduh, Marki udah mengeluarkan
Nice!
karena dari satu epic spin dan
Patay
berhasil
si Balay.
mendapatkan pula karena Turtle tersebut luar biasa sekali tapi Angelanya berhasil diamankan. Boleski masih ada 10 detik sebelum dia respawn kembali dan look-nya akankah dia bertahan karena langsung di-crack oleh 3 orang sekaligus tapi sekarang Flap Tezi-nya hampir saja bisa langsung dilumat habis tapi dengan
Mati.
Netherrealm
Oke.
harus dikeluarkan untuk bisa menghancurkan karena look sendirian.
Yes, dan itu dia.
Itu dia.
Kerugian yang tadi didapatkan oleh Bren ini udah mulai dibayar lagi. Mereka tetap paksa. Entahlah kehilangan Lord atau Turtle, mereka bakal coba untuk maksa balikin.
Ya, dan balikinnya dengan dapetin 1 point kill
Itu
juga
dia.
ya. Itu 3 lawan 1 loh dan banyak source skill yang memang dibawa oleh AP Bren tapi tetap
No sound.
mereka akan kumpul. Mereka
Wala
bisa
akong sound.
kumpul
Mayroong
satu
sound eh.
lawannya juga.
Jok-jok mo lang yan eh.
Gak apa-apa ya, buang research cukup banyak. Tapi ya,
Plus of video.
Marky apa Kyle Tezi? Of course lah Kyle Tezi. Because Kyle Tezi have so many experience in playing jungle. Marky main role is gold lane.
tapi setidaknya sekarang udah mulai catch up lagi dengan menghancurkan base turret dari outer turret di bawah.
Purple juga baru saja selesai diambil oleh KLTZ. Kali ini belum ada mungkin fase dari AP Bren masuk ke dalam jungle milik AP Bren tapi lagi.
No po,
nabrak yang
no
sangat
first
agresif.
flicker.
Sementara sekarang di bagian bawah coba lihat Baleskinya sendirian. Owen-nya udah ada di area tersebut tapi mereka semua mundur kembali cukup santai semuanya. Ada Marki yang mencoba untuk bisa mendekat tapi Baloy kembali menjadi korban.
Tarik lagi.
Ini masih lanjut lagi mereka ternyata peperangannya ya.
Wah, lagi?
Oke, dan ternyata Luke-nya langsung mencoba untuk bisa membalaskan keadaan.
Oh, anjir, kuat banget Kyle Tezi. Keras banget, Cok. Sobrang kunat.
Tapi di depan
Kyle Tezi.
outer turret-nya berhasil dihancurkan Owen. Membuat sebuah tabrakan dengan satu cycling eagle Super Marco punya malah Roar.
Iya, Caderanya juga tadi kegeprek sama
Mati
Berserker.
Cadera.
Kaget juga ya, damage-nya ternyata sebesar itu, tapi
Uh-oh.
Cadera bakal ditabrak
Cadera
kayaknya.
mati.
Cadera bakal ditabrak,
Oh,
tidak
no.
ada mana di dalam tubuhnya. Flying tackle langsung dikeluarkan, selesai. Hilang.
Iya.
Ya, meskipun mereka dapetin turtle tapi ditukar dengan 1 marksman.
Waduh, ranking saya.
Oh no! Flap Tezi!
Turtle berhasil lagi diamankan.
Oh my god! Gila!
Luar biasa.
Oh no, ini
Flap
ada
Tezi.
detik balik dari AP Bren bahkan akan melakukan kegerakan yang super ofensif
We didn't
lagi.
expect that guys.
Waktunya untuk pemain-pemain dari AP Bren setelah menemukan momentum yang begitu baik. Mereka sepertinya mulai membabat habis apapun yang ada di depannya.
Ya, dan Purple Buffet ini gagal untuk bisa disecure oleh Marki.
Wah, yang tadi gue kira mereka masih bisa secure ya buat turtle-nya.
Wait for Balowski 0-10 guys.
Satu tahun 4 member yang udah langsung dikeluarkan. Tapi pertempuran antara Luke dan juga Flaptzy terus-terusan terjadi.
Tiba-tiba kerugiannya jadi banyak ya. Kadira hilang, terus turtle-nya juga hilang, nggak perlu di-setup lagi buat Bren.
Iya. Padahal, wah itu yang nyurinya tuh dari Raging Sandstorm loh. Gak asli kayak ada kontes.
Final dating ke stage gak adalah? Enggak. Kayaknya tanggal 16.
Besar itu, tapi ya ini membuat
kayaknya
dari
tanggal 16 aku datang ke stage.
Mendapatkan banyak banget keuntungan, turtle killnya 4.200 gold.
Ke venue.
Bahkan belum ada turret yang bisa dihancurkan.
Iya, dan lihat masuk semuanya happy Bren.
Setingin mo sino magcha-champion?
Ya, udah di
Ngirap eh. Hindi ko alam eh. Basta yung grand final, Onyx versus Bren o kaya Onyx versus Blacklist.
Heavy spin udah langsung dikeluarkan sebentar tuh Kyle Tzy-nya mulai terjepit. Tapi
nggak, irap na sila.
masih banyak bala bantuan yang bisa membuat Kyle Tzy selamat di area tersebut.
Dan kena heavy spin tapi Kyle Tzy-nya nggak kenapa-napa loh.
Ya,
karena nggak ada damage-nya juga kan.
Dan juga nggak masuk ke dalam area turret tadi.
Iya, waduh Faramisnya udah punya NOD.
Ya, Flaptzy punya si Halberd sekarang.
Ini bakal motong lagi ya pastinya dari segi lifestyle yang dimiliki oleh Luke sebagai satu frontliner tambahan juga pasti ya.
Itulah juga magic long wave-nya juga rada-rada ngilu, ini nyembur apaan lagi dia ke rekan-rekannya. Dari area purple buff-nya, coba lihat Markinya benar-benar dikeroyok habis-habisan. Cycling Eagle-nya nabrak lagi ke arah dari Marki sedikit lagi berusaha, akankah dia bisa bertahan? Tapi untungnya Marki masih bisa pulang dengan recall tepat berada di depan dari rumahnya. Luke-nya pun bersembunyi di dalam miner turret guna untuk bisa menyelamatkan dirinya.
Ini Bren tiba-tiba super agresif ya.
Iya, mereka tahu tiap kali mereka dapetin satu
Flaptzy
pemain yang tumbang, mereka langsung berusaha untuk menukarkan dengan objektif juga. Langsung dapat satu player, satu objektif juga kita ambil. Jadi mereka lebih unggul jauh langsung. Meskipun secara point kill-nya ini nggak terlalu besar.
Iya, tapi lihat caderanya
sobrang kunat na niya, no? Kyle?
menabung kembali dari segi experience, gold-nya juga untuk mendorong clan ke arah bawah. Karena mau ikut fight
Pwede mo Geek versus Blacklist. Tingin ko Blacklist eh.
yang cukup besar ya.
Iya. Dan memang secara posisinya dia juga di belakang.
Depende kapag naglaro si Nael.
Kalau ditabrak dengan Ogwen.
Tapos si Gold Lane si Marky.
Banding 6.400, bedanya udah ada satu item. Malah Vicrory udah selesai juga dari Super Marco. Bahkan item ketiganya ada Demon Hunter Sword loh.
Iya. Terus lihat tuh si Q-nya tuh. Enode dia.
Iya.
Jadi
Mau magtatapat nga eh no, hindi pa final, magtatapat pa si Kyle. Lakas-lakas kaya ni Kyle. May palag yun syempre.
Build up dari Balowski-nya nggak akan optimal. Apalagi kan yang bergantian ada di lini depan bukan cuma Marky doang, kan ada Luke juga. Itu yang ngebuat akhirnya durability dari Luke-nya ini nggak bakal lebih besar, sebesar itu.
Di atas inner turret dan tumbang. Mereka sekarang berfokus ke tengah. Kyle Tzy coba lihat pasang badan langsung loh. Flaptzy masih berputar dengan satu bisa tornadonya. Super Marco udah punya WWN, akan semakin selamat lagi. Netherrealm ada lagi absen dari Guiding Wind-nya. Udah nikmat banget loh. WWN juga ada, segala jenis protection terhadap tubuh dari Super Marco ini udah bisa diberikan juga oleh rekan-rekannya ataupun dari item yang dia punya.
Lordnya masih bisa di defense tapi masih ada Super Wave Minion yang berjalan di arah top, kayaknya bakal tetap dikawal gak sih? Ditabrak.
Ini kayak dikawal dan Dio tadi sudah menyembur lagi. Pertempuran akan segera terjadi kah? Tidak.
Karena tadi ternyata pasifnya belum ke-trigger ya. Masih bisa di-clear di luar jangkauan dari pasif tersebut. Sehingga tidak ada gerakan ofensif lagi dari AP Bren karena Geekfam mereka masih bisa bertahan.
Ya, secara Demonstral View memang ada di atas, tapi lihat bagaimana Kaltisi juga nyusul loh di bawah. Episode rate-nya ini kayak di-spam ya sama dia ya.
Kenapa
Siapa langsung
kagaban Matilda? Iya.
Gak segan-segan ya.
Iya, langsung mau darahnya.
Kayaknya sih mereka gak mau buka Nolan, Joy, gitu.
Karena sekarang mereka semua pun udah mencoba untuk bermain dengan 4-1 ya dari positioningnya. Marky mulai dikeroyok kah di bagian belakang. Ogenya mencoba untuk bisa menabrak area yang berbeda. Luke Lane menjadi korbannya. Cukup kaget seperti ya Luke Lane tersebut. Dia baru datang gak ada salah langsung digebukin saja.
Berani banget si Ogwen. Sobrang tapang ni Ogwen guys.
Untuk bisa be defensif lagi terhadap dirinya dan masuk ke dalam.
Kaya ba sabahin si Edward eh.
Ini masih di zoning.
Hindi guys, lagi nga ako talo dun eh. Saan eh.
Kembali
Bapag nagtatapat kami.
Poking dari Ghostbusters-nya, tapi bakal ditabrak lagi nih kayaknya. Perlahan-lahan dari AP Bren ngasih geretakan-geretakan aja. Tournament memory dan look-nya masih bisa mundur.
Oke, Luke masih bisa mundur. 5 player dimiliki oleh Geek pun.
Sebenarnya mau manalo sa M5, di ko alam eh. Basta grand final, Onyx versus Blacklist o kaya Onyx versus Bren.
Aja ya, mereka masih menunggu juga untuk Lord Enhance nantinya muncul.
Ya, cuman nahan. Dari peluang kalau memang dapetin satu baru mereka bakal terusin, tapi untuk sementara ya dengan pocket damage yang
Onyx versus Bren sa ano pa yun? December 16 guys.
ya. Ogwen
Ay, December 15 ata o December 16.
di depan, ke zoning semuanya. Dan Balozi baru dengan satu flash of Oasis yang akhirnya selesai. Dan lihat tuh, LTC mau full HP juga. Appraisal Bren.
Iya, biasanya kan appraisal plus retry ya. Ini mah di awal-awal udah dibuka. Ya.
Jadi maksimalin, udahlah cooldownnya cepet nih, gak apa-apa nih kita spam.
Mau nggak mau ya. Mau nggak mau, tapi sekarang 1, 2, 3 player hanya bisa melihat dari kejauhan. Ya ampun, Purple Bangku. Dia tidak akan menjadi milikku kembali.
Mencoba Purple Bang, aduh lordku.
Aduh lordku.
Semuanya hilang.
Aduh daerahku. Situ udah kena semua, udah loh. Dipegangin semuanya, mau kemana lagi?
Ini Bren jadi yang punya kawasan ya pelan-pelan ya.
Tingin mo boss RRQ na ba si Yawi? Ang dami nga rumor eh.
Tapi ya untuk
Kaso malabong RRQ si Yawi kasi may tank na dun, di ba si Brusco?
Yang Gloom lihat tuh yang udah ditanam semuanya.
Yap, sementara sekarang Keltzy udah memulai seperti tadi. Bahkan ada satu tabrakan Hogan yang masih ada di bagian depan. Dan
Tingin ko Blacklist versus Geek, tingin ko Blacklist mananalo.
Tapi itu sekarang Cadera mencoba untuk bisa mengantarkan damage yang cukup pula. Keltzy masih bisa bertahan menjadi satu orang terdepan. Bisa ngebadanin rekan-rekannya. Satu best dari bagian tengah dan juga bawah sudah dihancurkan.
Dan lihat bagaimana KLTZ dengan HP bar yang kayak penggaris. Itu dia ready banget di depan.
Penggaris yang kayak HP barnya.
Betul.
Jangan kebalik-balik nih kita nyebutinnya.
Iya, maaf dah.
Oke, Flap DC juga punya satu Immortal dan ini bisa ditabrak oleh AP Bren kalau mereka mau.
Yap, sementara itu ditabrak lagi Cycling Eagle-nya dan Black Dragon Bomb akan landing
Dragon
ke arah
Bomb
mana,
kaso no
mencoba
damage
untuk
guys,
mengejar
no
Oke, dari
damage.
bagian belakang. Tapi
Musuhnya no
sekarang
damage
Rooknya
guys.
langsung balik lagi mencoba untuk bisa kembali bersama dengan rekan-rekannya. Tapi ternyata masih ada gangguan, dia akan mencoba memberikan lagi damage ke arah dari Flap.
Keren banget skin Yuzong.
5 player yang dimiliki oleh Bren masih membayangi.
No hard guard, no Black Dagger form.
Yap, dan sekarang ranking Sandstorm-nya sudah langsung dikeluarkan dan mereka melakukan sebuah pertempuran kembali. Epic Spin udah langsung dikeluarkan. Tapi masih ada Netherrealm, coba lihat. Begitu banyak tindakan perlindungan dan juga support system yang dimiliki oleh Epic Bren.
Ya, ini kelihatan
Already have a big lead guys. Bren 10k gold lead.
Ini sangat-sangat lumayan.
Ya, gelar live dua. Ya.
Sampai dengan detik-detik yang terakhir.
Ako live dua aplikasi guys, Facebook and YouTube.
Diaktifkan dan di saat diaktifkan ya ini menjadi momen yang tepat.
Ya, dan bahkan Oakwen masih menuju ke Holy Crystal. Yap, sebentar lagi. Wah, ini banyak banget untuk top selamat sebagai AP Brand, sedangkan dari Geekfam mereka hanya bisa bertahan sementara waktu. Lebih ke menunggu agar Cadera ini bisa satu hit dia, nanti dapetin satu kayak view-nya misalnya, dan itu men-trigger Netherrealm-nya. Netherrealm yang lintas terlalu lama juga biasanya membuat orang-orang jadi bisa lemas. Ini udah dipakai nggak sih sebenarnya gitu?
Iya. Ini komunikasi jadi harus berjalan ya.
Betul. Kok masih ada nih Netherrealm ini?
Sementara itu sekarang dari Luke sendiri beserta dengan rekan-rekannya masih berada di area tepat berada di midland, tapi mereka pun belum bisa pergi ke arah manapun karena terlalu beresiko nih. Rumputan bukanlah tempat yang aman.
Yep. Ini di direct sampai oleh game dan Barty.
Buset dah, happy spin langsung dikeluarkan tapi
Oh my god.
gagal lah sudah setup yang akan dibangun oleh pemain dari Geek. Bahkan di situ tadi ada Matilda.
Mas Don, kelap.
Momen sepersekian detik saja. Tinggal terbang.
Dan bukan cuma itu ya, ada Lord.
Itu dia nggak ada heavy spin ya.
No heavy spin
Heavy
guys.
spin yang terbuang cuma-cuma tadi.
No kayo ulti, hindi kayo contest turtle. Ay Lord.
Heavy spin yang hanya akan membuang waktu sedikit bagi.
I think it's hard to contest.
Mereka mencoba untuk memaksakan loh. Oke, let's see, 5 player berkumpul. Baloyski memberikan magic love ya, tapi
Oh my god, Gwen!
Ditabrakin paling ternyata oleh pemain dari Epic Bren. Baloyski berhasil dihancurkan, Reki Sentom dikeluarkan pula. Menjadi serangan balasan begitu mengerikan. Bahkan sekarang Black Dragon mau gak mau harus dikeluarkan pula. Looknya masuk ke dalam satu base utama yang dia miliki untuk regen SP yang dia punya. Tapi coba lihat, 5 player yang dimiliki oleh Epic Bren. Mereka sudah parkir duluan. Mereka menjadi tuan tanah, tepat berada di tanah dari Geekfam itu sendiri. KLTC terjepit sebentar tapi tidak memberikan impact apapun.
GG Bren.
Sendiri mulai maju ke bagian depan mencoba untuk bisa menghantarkan damage Sapula. Lordnya bergerak masuk lewat tengah, tidak ada Baloyski, masih ada
comeback or no?
lagi.
I think cannot. It's hard.
Sebentar markinya sekarang akan kita break.
Cadera,
Cadera berhasil dihancurkan dan sekarang menjadi satu momentum yang bisa membuat
Nice try, Geekfam. GG Bren.
Dan mereka
Itu dia guys, Bren versus Onyx di upper bracket guys.
Upper bracket finalis
Bren
yang
versus
kedua setelah Onyx.
Bren versus Onyx guys. Nice try Geekfam. Nice try Tid, nice try Baloy, nice try Marky.
Mereka masih punya nyawa.
It's okay, still have lower bracket but you face Blacklist International. Oh my god.
Itu sudah bisa bermain.
Yep.
Walaupun lawannya
Semangat.
Blacklist nih.
GG Bren, GG. Nice game. Congrats Ayuk, congrats Flap.
mempertahankan sekali lagi, tapi keadaan memaksa untuk mereka berhenti gitu loh. Gak bisa melakukan banyak hal.
Philippines versus Indo guys ya.
Itu serangan balasannya cepet banget.
Wah, itu tadi tiba-tiba dibuka ya, Circling Eagle yang
Kaget
dibuka.
aku, Mas.
Habis selesai Lordnya, yang dikirim cuma pancingan, kan bisa gitu, pancingan. Ditabrak langsung dan bahkan ada yang ikut dengan Circling Eagle-nya.
Yap. Jadi buat teman-teman semua di kolom komen juga yang ngomong pulang, tolong sebelum nge-head pahamin dulu format pertandingannya.
Nama jungler makasih Marty.
Keluar breaker. Jadi untuk sekarang kita akan dengar dulu bagaimana interview yang terjadi di Filipina.
Tayo English. Interviewnya English. So English guys. Nice try.
Lumit kasi kala ko si Kyrie.
Malapit. So Marky was really good. He was able to go head to head with Kyle TC. Speaking of, Kyle, how's your finger? How's your finger? How is that?
Okay lang po.
Did you expect Marky to out-retry you?
Opo. Kasi dati
Yes?
jungle po si Marky. So expect ko na kaya niya po ako sabayan sa pag-retry.
Yes, you expected him,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
he's able to go head-to-head with you in retry. Actually, you know what? Oh, actually, I want to hear you say how
Maganda
how
sana
would you
drop
think
din
about
ng
his
ano,
performance
ng Geekfam.
as a jungler.
Sadyang ganda lang talaga ng
They were
performance
rating
ng
themselves
Bren, ganda ng
yesterday. What
linis
about
ng
you?
laro nila.
Kung nabatak po siya mag-jungle, nasa top jungle din po siya ngayon.
Oh, wow. He's saying that maybe if he was able to practice more as a jungler, then he would be one of the top junglers now, especially according to his performance. Now, you know, a lot of people expected you guys to win. In fact, they expected a sweep. Did you think that Geek was actually gonna steal a game away from you guys?
Opo, kasi ano eh.
Yes?
Yes. Kasi nirespeto pa rin namin sila as a team eh. Nandun pa rin naman yung chemistry nila eh. Apat pa rin yung naglalaro, isa lang naman yung nawala eh. So nirespeto talaga namin sila. Tapos niisip namin na anything can go.
Yes, they weren't surprised that Geek was
GG,
able to
guys.
win because they know how good they are. And
Nanti guys, ako naglagi
So
Main
they
Lita
knew
guys,
they were
main
gonna do
Lita.
well. Now,
Yang
because of this win with
maupisan,
Geekfam,
guys, buat mabang nanti guys.
anticipated match
You can chat me.
between
Ako di sa
AP
chat,
Bren
dua dilita guys.
and Onyx are about to unfold. Now, in an interview, Coach Bren was saying that you guys are not really feeling the pressure. Can you elaborate more on that?
Ano eh, hindi na namin iniisip yung kung sino yung kalaban eh. Naka-focus lang kami sa sarili namin. Lalo na kung sobrang dominating ng kalaban, hindi na namin iniisip yung mga pangalan nila, kung anong team yun. Focus lang talaga kami sa sarili namin.
They're not really thinking about their opponent right now, especially if the opponent is strong. They're just focusing on what they can do, and that's why they're not really feeling any pressure. Now, let's make a prediction, okay? Prediction. Best of 5. If we can predict.
Prediction guys.
Actually, I want to hear from, starting with Super
Onyx
Marco.
versus Bren.
Best of 5 against Onyx. What's your prediction?
3-2.
3-2. Oh, all the way to game 5. Kaltizi.
3-2. Di ko po alam kung sino.
3-2, but you don't know who. Okay, Flap.
3-0 AP Bren.
Wow!
Anis!
Confidence!
Walis kay Flap!
3-2. Kahit sino.
3-2, anybody?
3-0 AP Bren.
3-2.
Same.
Same.
Anybody.
Anybody. Oh, okay. So right now it's only Flap who's saying it'll be a 3-0. Very confident.
Anis!
All
3-0!
okay, final message to the fans. You guys are gonna take a 2-day break.
Thank you sa mga pumunta at manood sa laban namin dito.
Ito mababasa Tagalog guys.
Hoping to see you soon sa Onyx naman. Thank you very much.
He's thanking everyone who supported them to watch them fight against Geekfam, and they're hoping to see you soon in the fight against the Sky Kings Onyx. All right, everybody, once again, give AP Bren a big round of applause.
GG. Walis talaga kay
We're
Flap.
gonna break that game down for you, so we're gonna head back to the casters all over the world. Casters, pass on.
GG guys, thank you sa mga nanood. And live muna ako guys.
We do have to say,
Thank you sa mga
I want
nanood.
to channel that Flap energy. 3-0.
Thank you guys, thank you, bye-bye guys. Ako end live dulo ya guys ya. Nanti ko ako baka live lagi. Yeah. Kita bisa mabar live lita guys. Thank you to all of you guys. Thank you semuanya. Thank you to all of you guys. Thank you sa mga nanonood sa Facebook tsaka sa mga nanonood sa YouTube. Thank you for watching guys. Sehat sa lalo kaliyan. Ingat kayo lahat. Thank you guys. Bye-bye guys.